Johnny and I sing June, and then I think maybe the next time we reversed it.
Wait, what were you singing in karaoke?
It's called Jackson by Johnny Cash and June Carter.
Where were you singing though? Were you in Applebee's or something?
No. My sister had like a setup, like a I don't know how the fuck they do it, but like a app or whatever.
I was gonna say, are you going to like a fucking karaoke bar? Cause like
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3Y TV. Hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving, but tonight we have the OSCA Sportsman Series semifinal here at USA International Speedway in the Nurse Aviator 150. And joining me along with me tonight here is going to be Matthew Bayuk and, of course, Carlos Acosta behind the scenes running the show. And, This track here, Matthew, is a course that almost every one of these drivers has raced on before. First starting up in official races on iRacing. This is kind of the first track you get to on street stocks. But not too many times you see a NASCAR stock car on here. What should we kind of expect here tonight?
It's a little track with a lot of speed. I personally love this combination. I think the Xfinity cars here on the USA Oval is a lot of fun. They'll get out to speeds upwards of 135, maybe even 140 miles an hour, depending on the line they run on the straights, all the way down to like 70, 75 in the corners. It's heavy braking, heavy acceleration, throttle control. I think it's a wonderful track to race at, and I really think it's going to be one of the... I know there's a lot of tracks that test a driver's skill and patience. I think it's really going to be a driver's track.
A driver's track, indeed. Kind of almost comparable to maybe like a little bit more banked Martinsville.
Oh yeah,
and it's kind of to me kind of drives similar to Martinsville, maybe even a little like New Hampshire, but not as, or a little bit more banking, I guess, even New Hampshire as well. But very interesting combination as we do see qualifying underway, and I think the biggest thing, being a driver's track, but how do you what's the best way to kind of pass here at USA, especially in these Xfinity cars?
To be honest with you, I've only actually ever raced it once, and I only made it about 25 laps before getting unceremoniously murdered. But it was a lot of fun. That being said, I couldn't really tell you what I'm going to expect. I'm going to expect it's all going to be about if you can get a run off the corner. We might see guys diamonding it, trying to get that straight exit off and get the power down. It could be a lot of patience. You might have to wait for the guy in front of you to slip up. I can't tell yet if we're going to have multiple grooves. You expect the bottom to be the fastest way around, being a high bank short track, but we have 150 laps between two different halves tonight to figure it out. I'm sure we'll learn quickly what the fastest way around is.
Yeah, we'll see here in a little bit. Right now, see Neil Rutt kind of diving in the corner there a little bit on his qualifying lap. But before we get qualifying over with, check the point standings if we can pull that up, Carlos. I don't know if we have that.
We've got some drama there.
I sure can. Just give me one moment, please.
Yeah, the drama unfolding. Breaking news. Kean Rally, our points leader. There you see on the right-hand side of your screen. Power's out.
Yeah.
Not here right now. So, and man, not a lot of time to get that correct. He's got to join basically in the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds, or that points lead will
evaporate.
Will evaporate. Not likely evaporate. It will evaporate. So a lot of drama, a lot of things can get jumbled up once again after this here, the semifinal. So Kean, last time we talked before Thanksgiving, kind of thought you know, it's going to be a challenge for him on the racetrack, not making friends out there. But right now, I guess maybe Mother Nature or someone not being his best friend right now, and that could be his biggest hurdle to getting that championship.
And, you know, fortunately, he's got a nice cushion. It will save him for one half. He's got 28 points over Damien, and he's got 37 points over Indelicato, and much more than that than to Johnson and Rawls. He can afford to miss a half. He will. I think the way the math works out, he'll more than likely come out the first half with the points lead still narrowly. Now, if he's got to miss 2 halves tonight, if he can't get it figured out, he's in deep trouble because he'll definitely be heading into Homestead at a deficit. Not an insurmountable deficit because of that cushion that he has, but, you know, a 30-point cushion over 2 of the toughest drivers in the league with only 4 halves left is wonderful to have. And any way you cut it, it's going to at least be, you know, only a few point deficit at its best after tonight. That's if he can get back for the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be a big if. So yeah, we'll see. Keep you updated on that storyline. And speaking of storylines, probably the biggest storyline coming into tonight, and that is the 2022B Sportsman Series Broadcasters Championship. And Matthew, you still got that lead, but you don't have much of a buffer. You got 10 points, and Carlos is still right there as well. Let's get heated up here. I like it.
I had a buffer, but it's been slowly eroding away, and it's starting to get tight right at the end. We've been making picks on drivers all season long, and it's coming down to this. We don't have a broadcaster's chase or chase offs, right? This is just full season point. This is Winston Cup style.
Yeah, this is old school. Yeah. So I mean, this is how tight it can. You know, the old school way can still provide some good championship battles here. And we'll get our picks here in just a few moments as qualifying wrapping up. Right now, Tate Lytle on the pole. And Caden Tufts, I believe they've ran similar lap times, almost identical lap times. In second. We'll see.
A lot of surprises. Top of the board with Tufts and Beers.
Yeah, Beers making his return after a pretty long absence. With that, they're getting ready to grid. So Carlos, lead the way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're probably expecting me to pick the person I always pick for this, but he came off some heavy controversy not too long ago, resulting in a lot of drivers not being necessarily too happy with him. So I am going to think that Cameron Rich is not going to have a good first half. So I'm instead going to put my money down on the rated overall 110% ranking in the Dynasty League. So I'm going to choose Nick Indelicato.
Nick Indelicato, wow, and he's starting in the 4th spot. Well, I like the guy that's starting right next to him. I got to go. We're here at a short track. I'm going with the short track kid, Austin Beers.
I did not think I'd get to Tate Lytle, but that being said, I picked Tate Lytle.
Yeah, see, I gave him to you. Merry Christmas.
Aw, thank you.
And happy
It's
birthday.
December now.
Okay, so normally we do the grid, but let's grab Adam. Let's grab
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'll move him up.
Okay, moving them on up.
Here, I'll put
Then
the
after
grid in the
that-
background.
That's great. Awesome. Thank you.
There, you can see the grid on your screen. But with us right now, we do have Adam Peeler of Nurse Aviator Racing. And as you get ready to go green here, while you're gridding up, Adam, tell us a little bit more about your Twitch channel. Of course, this is Nurse Aviator. Check them out on twitter.tv.
Yeah, man. Like I said, we Nurse Aviator on Twitch. Vic Bloom definitely did that on purpose because he just freaking. Now I got to race next week in a blow up T-Rex costume for the OSCA race, so that's a thing. So we'll see how well that goes next week.
We gotta get your webcam hooked up.
You're
my
welcome.
Favorite person in the world. Yeah, so we just hang out. We're here on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. Obviously, we do the in-car stuff with the team chat for OSCA races. Just to have up on your second screen while you're watching 3 wide on your main screen. If you want to pull us up on your second screen, it's all your in-car camera. Usually it's us just talking crap and having fun. The big thing is right now, it's where you can catch some footage of the monster trucks on Tuesday night in the monster truck league that we're doing, if you're interested in that. But the big thing I got is that starting today through Sunday, if you go to Sugar Moon Creations and order some melts from my wife, you will get a free gift with your purchase for the holidays, and we also have a mystery box option on there, which is where we fill it up with some melts of our choice that we think you might like, because we have about 15 cents that actually aren't on Etsy that we sell in the markets that we can put in there too. So that's two big things we got going on with her. And like I said, come check us out on Twitch, Nurse Aviator, where we talk a lot of crap and have fun, because we're not very good at this game, so we just try to have fun in the process.
It's not a game, it's a simulator, Adam.
It's a game.
It's a sima game.
It's a sima game. Okay, it's a sima game. It's, if you're sweaty, it's a simulator. If you're here for fun, it's a game.
Ooh, okay, I like it. I like it.
And I'm definitely on the I'm here for fun, and this is my fun time.
Heck yeah. No, I gotta ask you, do you have any Sugar Moon scents in your game room right now?
She's burning gingerbread in the house right now.
Ooh, it's getting ready. December 1st, getting ready for Christmas.
House smells like some nice gingerbread. But yeah, man, like I tell everybody all the time, you obviously don't watch me for good racing content. It's mainly me and Tim Conrad and Cody Cleans. It's got Kynan in there sometimes, and we just have fun, man. Talking crap, making jokes, telling each other how bad we are. Like, it's all for straight fun. There's nothing serious about what we do over here.
And sometimes that just bringing that fun back into iRacing, it makes it that much more enjoyable as well. Even when you're not running well, I might be able to speak from experience as well.
Oh,
so.
yeah, definitely. And like I said, and we got the monster truck thing going on Tuesdays that Vic and Tim and Jordan put together. And it's some live footage of that. I think I'm the only one who streams it in there, so you can get some live footage of what's going on over there. And again, that's just a bunch of us jumping and trashing monster trucks and laughing the whole time. So it's a good time. Come check us out. I try to be somewhat entertaining.
Hey, well, we'll be sure to check that out, as Carlos showed us how to do it here. But best of luck to you. I think you're starting out here in the, where are you at? 20th position. So
was not a good lap. Was not a good lap, sir.
Hey, go race some hell and work your way to the front.
Yeah, but I'll get with Carlos about trying to figure out a way for y'all to see that blow-up costume next week.
Oh, yeah, we got to work on that.
I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've only ever done it at Talladega, and it's a tiny little hole I can see through, and Talladega was easy because I just stared at a bumper and followed it. I don't know how Homestead's going to go, but it's going to make me do it, so we'll figure it out.
Hey, either way, you got to go out in a blaze of glory.
Oh, I
just
got
like
to.
Just like the dinosaurs.
Big old blown-up dinosaur costume and all.
Well, best of luck to you, Adam. And remember, folks, go to twitch.tv and go to Nurse Aviator. Right? Nurse Aviator wasn't one? No,
Nurse, it's just Nurse Aviator. It's just straight Nurse Aviator on Twitch.
There we go.
I'm sure
if
I'm not lucky enough to dodge some of this chaos, I might come hang out with y'all again before the night's over.
All right, sounds good. Well, best of luck to you.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, you bet. Get him back into the proper... Oh, someone did that already.
I got you, dog. I got you.
Yeah, you know I'm old and can't see where the crap. But anyway, yeah, we're doing a couple more pace laps until we get going green. Again, Tate Lytle on the pole. There you see the guys highlighted in yellow are your chase-off contenders here. And again, the guy that's absent,
Speaking of, we have an update on that. Word out of the Wally Racing 6 camp from Kian himself is he's going to have to fight next week because that power is not coming back on until midnight. We're not going to have him tonight.
Ooh, wow. So, wow, that's huge development. So it's going to be a battle for
boys,
him.
We're halfway through our caution laps here. You guys maybe want to get to the grid?
You think we can do the
We'll
whole
have to
thing?
be quick.
Let's just get to like the top 20, maybe.
20, let's do it.
All right, let's go. On the pole in the number 15 S2 Racing Team Ford from Lakeview, Oregon, it's Tate Lytle, and alongside him in the 00 Weekend Woodsman Chevrolet from Halifax, Nova Scotia, it's Caden Tufts.
Starting third in the number 19 Beers Motorsports Toyota from Northampton, Pennsylvania, it's the short track kid Austin Beers. To his outside, his championship window has just blown wide open in the number 4 Shift Esports Ford Mustang from Syracuse, New York. It's Nick and Delicato.
In the 5th spot in that number 99 S2 Racing Team Ford from Worcester, Massachusetts. I murdered that. It's the emotional support pick. It's Gilberto Javier Gomera. And alongside of him, it's the bad boy last week at the Roval, or 2 weeks ago at the Roval, in that number 86 In-Law Racing Chevrolet from Yorktown, Virginia, Cameron Rich.
Second in points right now, but in prime position to take over that points lead, the number 12 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from Bakersfield, California, Damian Leininger starting 7th tonight. To his outside is the number 71 Three Pedal Mafia Toyota from New Jersey. It's David Carpenter.
On the inside of row 5 in the number 80 Wally Racing Ford from Charleston, South Carolina, it's Ray Bracey. And alongside him on the outside in the number 25 Shift Esports Ford from Peabody, Massachusetts, it's Rocket Man Seth Rawls.
Starting in the 11th position tonight is Brent Jones driving the number 89 Mountain Type Motorsports Chevrolet from Durham, Michigan. To his outside, completing the top dozen, is Dallas Myhan starting in 12th. And the number 26 Shift Esports Mustang from Struthers, Ohio.
And in the 7th row on the inside, in the number 11 Shift Esports Ford from Alberta, Canada, it's Nathaniel Wild Cherry. And on his outside, in the number 16 Nurse Aviator Racing Chevrolet out of Kansas, it's Chris Gutierrez.
In row 8 now, starting in the 15th position is the number 96 South Shore Racing Chevrolet from South Bend, Indiana, driven by Adam Tepe. This guy here, the number 10 S2 Racing Team Mustang from Asheville, North Carolina. He's got some little knickknacks and fun stuff in the background of his camera tonight. We'll be able to watch him and figure out what those are. It's Ty McIntosh.
And in the row number 9 on the inside, in the number 66 Three Pedal Mafia Toyota from Colts Neck, New Jersey, it's Neil Rutt III. And on the outside, in the number 32 Do Good Racing Chevrolet out of Medford, Wisconsin, Dustin Dragon Doer.
Rounding out our top 20 of the grid tonight, starting in 19th, in the number 73 In-Law Racing Chevrolet from Australia, it is the Landshark Kynan Jones. To his outside, in the number 13 Nurse Aviator Racing Chevrolet, South Carolina, the sponsor for tonight's race, Adam Peeler.
And then just going quickly through the rest of the lineup, you have Capuano, Cooper Johnson, Alex Kenton, Cody McLean, DJ Weeks, Jordan Tarble, and Timothy Conrad, rounding out the 27 car field here tonight.
And no Kean Riley.
And no Kean Riley.
Unbelievable.
That's the important thing. Yeah, it's all the times you don't want your power to go out, it's then. But now the power will be on now as we're going green flag racing here in the Nurse Aviator Racing 150. 75 laps, top 9 cars will invert. And Tate Lytle takes an early lead over Caden Tufts. It looks like he will be able to tuck in that second spot right ahead of Austin Beers. And so far, looks like everyone's playing nice here, Matthew. Ooh, excuse me. Not already. His power went out now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, that's weird. I got Ethernet plugged in and everything, too. That doesn't usually happen. Anyways, no, I was going to say, these things actually look fairly planted here. I know these guys probably aren't going 100% on a night where they're going to do 150 laps around this ring. Everything looks pretty solid. They're not having to fight it that much, and that usually leads to some good, clean racing. I'm definitely seeing some close moments here, as you're going to get with a high-speed short track. As Tom Capiano in the back of the field got into the corner too hot, tapped that rear end to the wall. He's going to be okay. Caution's out.
Caution number 1 out. Looks like gets in the corner too hot. We'll check the 3Y TV replay here. Check out what happens. And I think that was one of the, talking to some of the drivers, and yep, kind of what happened. He just got in a little too hot, had to lock him up.
I think he might have, I think that 32 car got a little big really fast. I think maybe that had something to do with it. He maybe reacted.
Yep, he was trying to stay off the 32 of Dustin Dewar. Locked up those rear brakes, got in the wall. But talking to some of the drivers again, they were saying that it's going to be hard to kind of to check yourself. You know what you think you can do, drive this car into the corner. It's probably going to be too deep, especially with these bigger, heavier Xfinity cars. More power than the street stocks that generally everyone kind of runs here once you start off in iRacing. So getting that feel for this car is going to be quite different. Even though we had the practice, but now we're actually running all 27 cars in a clump. It's going to take a while to get that feel for it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a unique combination here. Every short track, Richmond, Martinsville, Bristol, you're always, having to be careful on the throttle coming out of the corners. What's unique here is you carry the straight line speed of Richmond down into the middle cornering speed just a little bit higher than Martinsville. So I think this short track is actually probably more challenging, if not as much challenging as Richmond and Martinsville, because the characteristics of those tracks I feel are shared. And while it's a little bit higher speed all the way around USA when it comes to cornering, I don't think you have to whoa a car up as much as any other short track as much as this one. You really have to get down there. So it's super easy to overcook it.
Oh yeah, super easy. And yeah, especially everyone's going to take it probably, especially these early laps, coming into these corners a little different. And I'm sure at some point here we'll get it figured out, get some green flag laps in. We got 1 to green. Tate Lytle choosing the outside line. Get on the loud pedal here in just a moment. Green flags out. Tate Lytle with a great jump. Indelicato follows alongside that. Caden did not get a good start there in that old SpongeBob paint scheme.
The Bob Esponja.
What? Ponja?
Bob Esponja. That's SpongeBob in Spanish. That's how it was. Oh, Reckon in the back.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, Carpenter.
My gosh.
Seth Rawls
just
involved.
took flight. I saw my hand's car get up in the air.
And Peeler's involved. Rawls has no front or back bumper right now.
I think 71 of Carpenter got loose off the corner, and that just happened to be the most gaggled part of the racetrack. Everybody was kind of really stacked up there.
Yeah, and ooh man, a lot of cars involved in this. A lot of carnage, but you know, best thing I think about this track being a short track, I think with a lot of the damage, barring if their car's gonna blow up. Ooh.
We've got to look at Chris Gutierrez. He does a fantastic job getting through this.
He got through that? How? There you see the Mark Martin throwback looking scheme. No way he did.
You got to get his onboard. That's impressive. He does a wonderful job getting it wound up without losing control. He just about loses it.
Nathaniel Cherries did a great job getting through that as well.
He did get out with damage, but he kept it straight.
I think he just got into another car. Oh, he does have a little rear end damage there as well.
Dallas Myhand did not survive. I think he and Seth Rawls got the worst of it.
Yeah, they definitely were right there when it happened. There you see. Oog. Wow.
It's impressive stuff right there. You love to see that.
Was that my hand that almost got into him? But a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, it all pays off in the end for Chris Gutierrez to squeeze through that wreck.
And that's big for him. He's currently down 10th in the points. Hasn't really had the chase-off run that I think reflects the speed he has in that race car.
Yeah, we've been seeing really good practice speed for Gutierrez, for a while now, and just hasn't quite got that converted into the race pace. But this could be a big momentum changer as he's currently running 9th. We do have Seth Rawls here in the infield care center. Let's see what he had to say. And well, Seth, you didn't make your promise come true. You didn't keep that Rocket Man moniker going here this week, but it seemed like your teammate went for a wild ride there. Tell us kind of what happened there.
I just want to ask if Matthew's paying for those damages. That's on the team budget, Matthew. I don't know if we're going to be able to pay that off.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, but all 3 of our shift cars were kind of...
Yeah.
I was like, there goes everybody.
Yeah.
Man.
I think everybody got damaged from that one.
You gotta tell Dallas though, he's the bottle rocket. He's not the Rocket Man. He just went up
Dallas
a
got
little
stuck to me, he said, unfortunately. I'll make my interview quick. Yeah, this kind of got bottled up there on the restarts. The cold tires, it's definitely tough, and I think that's what the 71 in front of me, and we couldn't go anywhere. I just want to say hi and make a funny joke.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, I guess no Shift Esports Christmas bonuses now because you got to pay for that.
Hey, we still got next week.
Money's going.
Bye.
Got himself short. Usually, we usually We have to drag people out of the booth kicking and
I did
screaming.
it. I did it.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Well, he did say bye, to be fair.
he was ready to go. He went willingly.
Yeah, see, and speaking of ready to go, Tate Lytle, again, he is rocketing on these restarts here, taking a big lead, taking Indelicato with him, but then he disappears. Now he's back, and he gets into that second spot. Now Caden Tufts on that outside. He's battling Austin Beers now for that third position, going down into 3.
Oh, I'm starting to see some guys deal with washing up in the middle of the corners. I've seen a couple of guys get dangerously close to being turned, and I think that's going to be a struggle. The handling will go. We haven't really had that many green flag laps, but Gutierrez and Gilberto almost getting together, and I'm just noticing that 11 of Nathaniel Cherry has a lot more damage than I thought he did. He's looking pretty good here still, though.
Yeah, looking pretty racy, sitting in that 8th spot. Oh,
it's not over. Caden Tufts is loose off the corner. He's almost wrecking. He saves it.
Oh, he saves it. Oh man, it looked like he was going to lose more
Caution,
shots than what he did.
Caution is out.
Oh man, Conrad goes around. Another one of our chase-off drivers. We'll take a look once again at the 3Y TV replay.
Like the same thing that happened to the 71. Just felt like it was time to go, and maybe it wasn't quite time to get back on that loud pedal.
Too much beans.
Yeah, they get too much beans.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, thanks, Conrad.
We're having a lot of beans tonight.
We're gonna have a lot of. Oh, Kevin.
Oh, they're everywhere. Kevin Conrad.
Kevin Conrad. I was kind of thinking it. Oh man. Yeah, but you know, with these slower speeds that we're going, you know, in the corners here, these guys are going in the corners. You might get that that little false security, I guess you could say,
for sure.
coming out of those corners and just mad it, and that's what happens. And again, that's why Kevin spills the beans.
Yeah, you get back on it and it feels good for a second. You feel like you kind of slot into that groove and you start accelerating out of the corner, and then before you know it, the rear tires pick up and you are doing a 180 and probably more, meeting Barry R, as walls are apparently so lovingly called in other parts of the internet.
Barry R. What?
Barry R. It spells barrier. It's like a name though. Barry R.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, that's wonderful. I like it. I'm gonna go meet Barry R. Okay, it's not my joke.
It's a dad joke for sure. It's
I
fair.
just got twos across the board from the judges.
You know, see, and you know, it's not the worst joke, but it's close.
You know what? Made me feel good.
You know what? You know what? You should be proud.
Hey, I'm not paying you to
You
feel
know,
good.
All right, well, let's talk about Caden.
Well, last I checked, you weren't paying these two at all. I was.
Oh,
Ooh.
who signs
He
the checks
pays, he
here?
pays us with love and friendship.
And
Carlos,
money buys love and friendship.
Oh,
Sure,
well, that's
something
true
like
too. And I like how Carlos really backed that statement up. Thanks, Carlos. She's not even paying attention.
Carlos knows that he loves you guys. He just doesn't want to say it.
Yep. Oh.
Uh,
Yeah, money talks. Cha-ching, cha-ching. So anyway, who are we talking about now? Where are we going?
I do notice that I don't think we have any DNFs, actually. Seth Rawls and Dallas Myhand, they're both modifieds, but they are back on track, and curiously enough, on the lead lap. The only guy off the lead lap is Timothy Conrad, down 2 laps right now. Everybody in that big old pileup is still good. I mean, okay, their cars are not good, but they're on the lead lap somehow.
And again, at this point, if you know, the pace might be a little bit off on there's Dallas Myhand's car just beat up, but if they can survive, there could potentially be more wrecks. They could still end up with a pretty solid run here and salvage the day. And even with this how slow they're going around this track, they could still maybe keep pace enough and gain a couple spots on track position alone. We'll see if Tate Lytle can get another great restart here as we're about to go green. And yeah, another good start for the 15. But Cameron Rich on the outside. He is running angry. He is mad. He knows Carlos didn't pick him. He is going for that lead.
I'm rooting for Tate right now. I got my points riding on him. I got my points lead riding on him. I need him. Oh, Cameron Rich and Helicato getting a little bit closer. Those are 2 pretty top dudes. I don't think they'll take each other out that easily.
They do straighten things out. You look through it in the back of the pack, there's Kynan Jones. Oh, someone spun, and with DJ Weeks.
DJ Weeks.
There's your DNF.
There is
there we
the
go.
DNF.
I think maybe in the interest of not bringing out a caution, he took himself. I don't know. Let's see what happened. Just kind of hanging out back there. DJ Weeks is a pretty good driver. Oh. That's curious.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to exactly think about that. Maybe he was starting to park and then.
The 11.
Oh,
the 11.
Nathaniel Cherry.
I don't see any additional damage. You know what? I'm gonna. Based on the tire tracks, I think it might be the third time we've seen somebody get too hot off of turn 4. I think it's gonna be another case of that. And wow, this thing snaps.
And you know, it was a totally different car we ran in the Strictly Stock series, but oh man, yeah, just
locks it down.
It's just like that weird shifted weight. It's almost kind of similar, but maybe a little bit different. But we'll take a look at the onboard here.
This is the first glaring issue I've noticed, and I even saw Tate Lytle, our leader. He got really, really unsettled coming off the corner right before that happened, and it allowed Cameron Rich to close up. From what I can tell right now, I thought getting into the corners was going to be hard based on what we saw early on. This is now the third time we've had somebody be fine, and then just whoosh, it goes around on them.
Yeah, and that's what what I noticed too, in that Strictly Stock race, turns 2, it was pretty smooth getting out of that corner, but for some reason 4 was always a little bit more of a bear. And then we see some of these guys on pit road, Austin Beers being one of our leaders down pit road right now. A lot of these other guys getting damage fixed or maybe getting their tires. And even kind of going back to those old street stock days, it did seem like coming out of 4, it looks like it's symmetrical track, that it's not going to be that different from exit of 2 to the exit of 4. But for some reason or another, it seems like it's a little bit more hairy, and especially if you're almost too low, and that may be what happened to Nathaniel Cherry on the exit, especially if you're still hitting that yellow line, it seems like it's kind of on ice. And even if it feels like you might have it stabilized, I don't know if it's the transition there on the bottom or what it is, but it could turn that car around in a quick hurry.
I think it's the way the corner's angled too. When you're coming off that corner full bore, you still got the wheel cranked. I remember practicing here, and it was a huge focal point to make sure you've got that wheel straight as you can possibly get it before you get back on the gas. And that's true of any racetrack. Generally, when you really get back on the gas, you don't want to have it cranked. It's just a lot harder to do at the exit of 4 here.
Yeah, and at least for me, not saying my skill set is high, but it is such a hard. It's an easy concept to understand, but it is so hard to do in practice. It's amazing, especially with the throttle discipline with the wheel, how straight your wheel is. It separates the guys out there having fun and the guys out there maybe having fun and winning every week.
Trying to go back and see the first man on fresh tires, and I think we've seen this from Austin Beers before, being the first guy on fresh tires. I like the strategy call, but calamity unfolds. We've seen it a couple times where he's put himself in position to maybe have a winning strategy, and he just doesn't even make it to the checkered flag because of on-track carnage. He's mired back in 17th on this restart.
Again, not qualifying for the chase-off, so maybe a little bit of gambling involved here. But we'll see what kind of restart Tate will get now with Cameron Rich on the outside as we're back to green flag racing. Looks like Cameron Rich was the best defender of that outside line. But Tate will get that advantage coming out of turn number 2. Side by side.
Behind our 2 leaders, the race within the race, and Delicato and Leininger 3rd and 4th. Those 2 will, in all likelihood, be 1-2 in points. Not sure the order between them, but probably the top 2 in points after this one. With Kian out, every point is huge for them because they are only separated by 7 points.
Yeah, that's gonna be battle right now. Nick only getting a 1-point advantage right now in this half so far, but still a long way to go. Lap 30 of 75 here in half number 1 of the Nurse Aviator Racing 150. And some of those guys in the back of the packs, we watched the 3Y TV multicam. These guys in the back still jockeying for position. This is right behind the top 10.
They're jaw jacking?
Right around 11th to 12th. Oh, wow. Austin Beers. What was that? Oh, tie.
Goody, would you say that they're jaw jacking?
Yeah, they're jaw jacking. Oh, there's a lot of jaw jacking.
We've got a spinner on the backstretch.
Oh, Cody McLean cautions out.
He does not hit anything, but you did smoke him.
Smoke him if you got him. He might not have as much Goodyear as he had before. See what happened. This time out of turn 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one we've seen at turn 2.
Yeah.
But I think this race might be the most excessive beans race we've had so far this season. That's number 4. I'm going to start counting. That's number 4. We've had guys self-spin off the corner.
This is the beans 150
the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you spin out of turn 2.
Yeah.
I made it funny.
It's going to be a very smelly post-race for sure.
Oh boy.
the race within the race, running to the outhouse. So Tate Lytle currently leading every lap so far, all 33 laps. And but if it looks like anyone's gonna contend with Tate right now, Cameron Rich might be the guy to do it. He's just even the way he launched on that outside on that restart, and he kind of looked like he was holding suit, and you know, we'll see. We've seen that speed, that how he worked through the field a couple weeks ago at the Roval. Maybe he's looking to do it again here at USA International.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's looked a little bit more comfortable than Tate, although something I've noticed out of the entire top 5, except for Damien, because Damien looks on the edge of control all the time. Something I've noticed out of all of our front runners is they've seemed to really start taking it easy on the exit of 4. I think that's going to help the tires on the long run and help them just not crash. But yeah, I do think despite that, Cameron Rich still looks the most comfortable, and I think Cameron Rich, when I think of guys that always look comfortable, even if they're fighting the race car, Cameron Rich always looks in control.
You think of guys?
I think of people, man. Okay.
People are people, man. Come on, Carlos. Don't treat them like not people.
He's just a Cameron Rich. He's just a really good race car driver. That's what he is. He's different like that.
Yeah. I think Cameron Rich is dreamy.
He's all right. But nobody picked him. So.
Yeah, see, that's true. No one did pick him, and you know, that's, if anyone's going to race with the chip on his shoulder, it should be Cameron Rich, because Carlos didn't pick him. You know, I think it's fair.
Gotta win his boy back. Have a
And
chance
then,
right here on this restart.
Yeah. We'll see how he does as we're going to get ready to go back to green here on lap 35 of 75. Green flag's back out. Again, I mean, Tate's got that advantage, but Cameron looking pretty good on the outside. He drove it in deep on the outside. He's hanging in there. He's going to try to stay on the outside. He does, and he's
got to run.
Oh, he's looking to the inside, going into 3. This is where it's going to be hard to, on the inside, not to spin out, keep it straight, and he does. But Cameron Rich is right on the back bumper. Ooh!
Oh, he gives him a tap. Takes him, he saves it.
And Damien, where did he come from? He's in third, now in second.
Gets in there a little bit hot, watches if he'll get a good run off, but he's still stuck side by side with Tate. Tate's struggling here, it looks like. Pulling back now, but yeah, that restart was wonderful by Cameron Rich. Had a good launch, took a super wide, super deep arc into the corner, and really he gave it to Tate in the second lap of that restart there, and he's gotten the lead now. And just looking at this championship situation, Damien took advantage of it, and Delicato got stuck on that inside, fell back to 5th. That's huge for Damien. Damien gaining points over in Delicato. That gap is already 9 points. It's up to about 12 now, I think, as they run.
And it's as we run it right now. And from what it's looking like with Cameron Rich, and maybe what happened with that contact between him and Tate, was just almost what we seen at the Roval. that he could drive in so much. Oh, Tate sideways, almost getting loose there. He
Tate, I'm fighting for a broadcast championship.
Oh boy. Man, hanging on. He's got to get back in his rhythm. I think he kind of got rattled from that hit in the rear end. He's just got to gather it back up. And speaking of gather back up, Indelicado's internet connection's got to gather it back up. He's been working a lot here tonight.
I'll tell you right now, he's the same thing as me. He's got a console and a computer, and he's only got one Ethernet cable, and I think he left it plugged into the console. That's what that's what this is. This was happening. He got Ethernet and he was good. Right now, it's not plugged into his computer. You can tell because he's blinking out every other corner.
It's not 2005 anymore, man. Everyone only has one Ethernet cable.
Oh,
mine's
bad.
I mean, well, back then. Well, I guess back then. Maybe
I'll have you know. In 2005, I was drooling over Thomas the Tank Engine. So.
Oh. I was 20 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thomas had never seen such BS before.
Probably still drooling over Thomas the Tank Engine too, because it was a cool show. So, I mean, come on.
I mean, no hate, but I hate James. That stupid red train.
Oh yeah.
James was a jerk.
Yeah, he was kind of a d-bag. You know, that's no other way to put it.
Oh yeah, there's a race on, by the way. I just.
If someone doesn't paint Thomas' car for the finale, I'm gonna be mad now. Work at it, somebody. Vic's on it. Vic's on it.
All right.
I like it. Thanks, Vic.
Cooper Johnson here. Cooper Johnson started the race in 22nd. He's up to 8th. Another guy in those points, he's 4th. If he can, I mean, it's a long shot for him. The gap from him to Damien is 26 points, but if something bad happens to Damien, then it becomes a 3-horse race with Cooper running well.
Guys, I found Matthew's Christmas present.
Uh-oh. I don't really know if I want to know.
I do.
I will throw up on the present.
Wait, James is worth more than Thomas? That's not
No way.
right.
Who's the most expensive train? Oh, he's discounted. Nobody wants Thomas. Oh, that's not Thomas. That's a Gordon. Gordon.
Gordon.
Emily. Who the heck is Emily?
Wasn't Gordon kind of a weirdo too? Kind of a creeper?
Gordon was weird. I think he was kind of just like that loner guy. He didn't really like to talk much.
Let's let him be.
This train
We got a
looks
race
like
to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's still a race going on.
Oh yeah, and we're looking at trains. Sorry, there's like a whole championship fight.
Yeah,
Damien's actually looking to take the lead. He's been creeping up on Cameron Rich. He's just a half car length back right now.
Yeah, and he's consistently faster than Cameron Rich per lap time the past couple laps here as well. And he is right on the back bumper of Cameron Rich, and man, you know, it's maybe too early. Oh, I was just gonna say, is he gonna use the bumper? He almost did there. Stay off each other.
Slow car down here. Cody McLean.
That's Cody McLean. Yeah, he's off pace right now.
Yeah, he spun off of 4.
That's number 5 on the night. As a matter of fact, he just about parked it down there in Victory Circle.
Hey.
Not the way he wanted to, but nonetheless,
no.
he did.
Oh, did he stay off the wall? Just
a little bit of damage.
Just
He's
a little
fine.
kiss. Yeah, he's fine. But it's always scary backing up on the track, trying to get enough space to turn around, and he does. Oh. Photo. You got to take a photo off whenever you get one.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to have the context. We'll see it on Twitter tonight.
Yeah. He'd be like, I won spinning off of 4. I
He's
don't
not
know.
going to mention that. He's just going to say he won.
Oh, there you go.
Now, as things improve for Damien, they get a little bit worse for Indelicato. Austin Beers dove under him and took away that spot. Another point lost for the 4 car. He does have a teammate in front of him. I don't think Tate's going to lean over and give it to him, but the way they're racing right now, they both might not make it out of the next few corners. Austin Beers is really, really driving it in deep, and Tate is not letting him go. These guys fighting for everything here, and you see right there, Beers washes way up. Tate gives him space here, and he's actually going to concede the spot this time. We got another car backwards, and that's going to bring out a caution. Might be number 6.
Rut's the 3rd, bringing out our 6th caution of the night.
Oh, he tapped the wall. You'll see it.
He did tap the wall. Look at the replay here. Kind of same song and dance coming out of 4. And again, it just looks like it's... Ooh!
Nathaniel Cherry almost followed him. Is that 6.5? I won't count the half.
Man, oh man, it seems from our view in the cockpit, it's a lot hairier of a ride than what it looks like, but it just seems it looks like it happened so late out of the corner, but and by the time you can kind of feel it and try to correct it, it's too late. And we've seen like Tate earlier.
Oh boy,
get pretty close.
We've got some pit stops here. We've got Caden Tufts third on back. Everybody who hasn't pitted yet coming down pit road. The top
Rich
two,
out. Yeah.
And Damian Leininger and Cameron Rich are the only two that have not pit now, and they've got Austin Beers on somewhat fresher tires behind them.
Yeah, this is, and then I believe Kynan Jones and Dustin Dewar, I believe they've been down pit road.
They have
earlier in the night. So
this makes things very interesting.
Let's see. I'm going to see who wins this race off pit road. Of these guys are currently on pit road. Looks like Tate Lytle will, or Caden Tufts, I believe, will win that. He's back in the 10th position, and with 22 to go, we've seen Austin Beers drive through the field, get up to 4th spot by the time that caution came out. So this is very doable for these guys who just came down pit road. And one thing I'm worried about with Austin Beers is, I mean, he does have the fresher tires than the guys ahead of him, but it looked like he used up a lot of tire to work his way up through that field.
And you saw he really had, I mean, the top line is always going to be a good line to defend, but it took him a lot of time to get around Tate Lytle. And Tate Lytle was not as fast as our 2 leaders there, so I don't really know how much he's got left in the tank. Now, there's plenty of racer in him. I mean, as far as if he's got the ability, yeah, he can go up there and win the race. I just don't know how much rubber he's got left. And just to touch on it, Indelicato is 12th with fresh tires, and Damian is 2nd. This is very interesting for the championship because that puts another 3 or 4 points between them. But we've got 20 laps. Maybe I think it'll be like 18 when we go green. 18 laps to race it out. If this goes green for at least a few laps, there's no telling how far back Damian will drop. It's a short track, so I know the tires. I don't know how much it's going to affect him. It might not matter at all. That might be why he and Cameron Rich stayed out. But, yeah, go ahead.
You know, I was going to say, because I think we've seen Beers, he was right around that 3rd, 4th spot before he came down pit road as well. But it could be a confidence thing as well. Maybe it might help with a little bit of that the sliding we've seen coming out of the corners as well. So they might not be able to put it down to the floor as much as those guys behind them. That could maybe be the big difference here.
And in the end, short track races, this isn't an OSCA thing. This is just on iRacing in general. And, in real life racing, short tracks get extra chaotic towards the end of these things. The other plus here is if we just keep having cautions until the end, you don't have to worry about holding off fresh tires. If you don't actually have to race on the old tires, they might only have to hold off for a couple of laps. Now, that being said, Caden Tufts, that buffer they have to Caden Tufts, Caden's back in 10th. Right now, that's a solid buffer. But if we wad them up here from like 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, that buffer disappears. So it's a very dynamic situation. Very, very, very lots of ways this could go right now.
Yeah, we're about to find out. 18 laps to go once they hit the green flag. Cameron Rich with a great jump. And he's going to pull away from Damian and Beers. And Beers, with those little bit fresher tires, and Damian drives underneath. He's going to take over that 2nd spot. Right now.
3 wide with Tate Lytle here on the backstretch.
Oh boy, those guys trying to take advantage of the tires.
Oh, they're wrecking!
Dewar's around!
They're still wrecking. Tate Lytle's around.
The caution is, Tate's, oh boy, Tate's involved. Peeler's in it again. And I believe a couple other cars might have got nicked up in that as well, but Tate pointing the wrong way right now as he was trying to go for it. And a totally separate incident between Dewar and, I think how this started. It's maybe between Dewar and Cherry, kind of fighting for the same spot. Oh yeah, a couple of those cars. I think Caden Tufts gets in the outside wall.
Oh man, and I'm looking at our guys that took fresh tires. Tufts, Indelicato, and I don't know where Indelicato did not hit anything. He got it pulled up, but I don't know if he sacrificed track position or not.
Beckett currently scored in 9th.
Oh, that worked out for him then. Tufts is still 7th, but Tufts, you got a little bit of damage there.
Stayed off the wall. Yeah, he got hit, and especially it depends on where he got hit in that front end. could definitely play a factor. But was it Conrad? Conrad staying on the track. I think he did get a little kiss, and he kissed the wall. So not a lot of damage, I think, to any of these cars per se, but the guys that are on pit road, McIntosh, Peeler, Lytle, Dewar, they're going to lose a lot of track position after this. They're going to work their way up.
And here we were talking about these guys wadding them up where they did. Hayden Tufts restarted 10th. Now he's restarting 7th. And right behind him, he's gotten Delicato restarting 9th on the fresh tires. And Cooper Johnson restarting to 10th. So, I mean, yeah, if these wrecks happen in the right places, those fresh tires will creep their way through the field, whether it's under green or by virtue of cautions. If they don't get enough green flag laps to make them work, though, then it's all for naught.
Yeah, that's the thing here. Only getting in just a couple, or actually probably only half a lap or so of green flag run-in under that before this our 7th caution of the half here came out. But how about Kynan Jones in 4th?
Yeah,
staying out of trouble.
Think about that, and I don't want a fairly clean race car. Excuse me while I jinx him. Did you see that commentator's curse with Jim Nance and Tony Romo?
No.
I think I don't remember what I want to say. It was the lines they were talking about. They were like, it's a chip shot field goal. Hasn't missed one all season or something like that, and it was the most insane odds to miss a field goal. And they were like, well, now you jinxed him, and sure enough, they jinxed him. And it was, you got to look it up after we're done with the broadcast here. I promise, it's the worst commentator's jinx you'll ever see for as long as you live.
I don't know. You had some ones that ranked up there.
Well, I'm just trying to cover my own ground here. I guess. Maybe that's what I'm doing. I don't even know it yet, but.
It's a subconscious thing, yeah. Otherwise, I thought you'd be pointing at the TV like, I know how you feel, guys.
Are you saying I'm in the company of Jim Nance and Tony Romo?
Hey, maybe we are, yeah.
Maybe not in the best capacity, but we are. We're like them.
We are doing the same thing that they do, kind of.
And then Carlos starts with C, and CBS starts with C. Yeah. 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 Okay.
We're reaching, but we're finding stuff.
I think it makes enough sense.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
What was that? We're signing what? I think you said we're getting signed for Sunday Night Football.
No, I said I'm just excited for that.
Oh, you're excited. Why? Who plays on Sunday night this week? Oh, we're going green.
We are going green.
We've got all night to talk about it.
What if it's the Dolphins? Cameron Rich. Oh, whoa, weird start there for Beers, almost getting loose. And they seem like they went out the whole field. Oh boy, get contact going up the track.
Beers sailed it off. He sailed it off into the corner trying to get in front of Damien. Damien wasn't having it. Both of them washed up. That's going to let Cameron Rich jump out to a lead.
Yeah, and right off the start, Beers had a handful. Watch this restart once again. Oh, Reckon, I believe, right now on the racetrack.
Yep, caution's out.
There's a lot to unpack here. We'll see what
71 of Carpenter. This time in the middle of the corner. I think he got in there hot. Oh, whoa, there's a different incident. Excuse me. I'm looking at something else.
Oh, and Tarbell going in the inside wall. Looks like he made some decent contact the inside. Oh, and
Carpenter was under caution.
This is the one I saw.
Under caution, gets some contact. Look, unless he tried wowing up a little bit too much. Caution's probably out right about here. Oh, I wonder if that's a similar thing that we see in our very first caution with Capuano, just trying to woe it up for the yellow and too much rear brakes. I'm sure these guys got those brakes cranked to the rear here.
Now we're running out of laps, but Tufts and Delicato both +2 on the restart there. Tufts 5th and Delicato 7th. They will line up the 3rd and 4th cars on the inside with fresh rubber, and one car in front of Tufts on the inside row will be Damian Leininger. That gap between Damian and Delicato was 10 positions. It is now 4 positions.
Oh wow, yeah. So it's getting up there. Oh boy,
wow.
McIntosh threading the needle there.
We haven't really seen his
Yeah. What's up with that, Carlos?
We haven't seen his camera yet, have we?
Yeah.
He's got some
he needs to drive better
in the background.
the folks at home have been. Oh man.
That was a pretty good piece of driving. I mean,
Hey, you want to get on the broadcast, get in the top 10.
fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I'm more just trying to play High Spy or I Spy. What's High Spy? I want to play I Spy.
I'm sure some people would want to play High Spy too.
I don't know if I want to know what High Spy is. I don't think you can play that on broadcast though.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Tyler.
Oh, whoa, is that Dale Jr. in a go-kart?
Yep, that's
Yep.
one. He's got.
Is that Seahorse? Oh, what is he drinking? That better not be vodka.
How else would
Vic-
you race?
Vic, you gotta drug test him after the race.
Oh boy.
If I have to test him for it, I definitely got to test Tim Conrad. I'm gonna give you an inside secret right now.
Dun 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 dun.
He's got that. And what is that on the left there?
Is that a new shelf you got?
No, it's has got an arrow towards it. It's a dinosaur thing.
That looks like a little fan, like a spray fan if you get hot.
It's a completely rudimentary bedroom item.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was there last time. I think he just got it. Did Ty get Did he get a haircut?
Well, a sharp fella.
Yeah, he's looking dapper.
Well, you know, he saw the family this weekend. It was Thanksgiving. This past week. It was
Oh
Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah.
Where do we go? Ready to restart here now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 7 to go. So we're getting down to brass tacks here in half number 1. Austin Beers are the fresher tires, but there's even fresher tires, and Caden Tuff's back in the 5th position. See how this plays out. Cameron Rich gets the advantage over Beers on the outside, diving into 1. Damien and Beers side by side. Damien drifts up a little bit.
Here comes Tufts.
Tuff's right there, but the side-by-side battling is exactly what Cameron Rich wants to see right now.
Oh, Leininger and Beers contact. Leininger's going to clear Beers because of that.
Wow,
Oh,
now
Tufts is spinning towards the inside wall. Caution!
caution!
Oh,
what?
Oh my God!
SpongeBob no longer lives under the sea. He's up in the air. What a wild wreck for Caden Tuffs as he barrels through the air.
Goodness, I mean, we were talking about Rocket Man not taking off earlier tonight. We have found a new astronaut.
Wow, and he did spectacular. And oh boy, I believe that's a teammate there of Alex Kenton that he made contact with.
You got Alex Kenton's nose was pointed 45 degrees in the air.
Man, yeah, he went for he probably had no idea just like what just happened. Oh man.
Yep, flying through the air. It's not good.
Not good. Oh
my
boy.
goodness.
And yeah, just hard racing, battling for that 3rd spot. So now the guy with the freshest tires in this top 4 is going to be Nick Indelicato. So this, with this crazy wild wreck, that could have very well played into Indelicato's favor. So again, the chase-off started so bad for that 4 car, and just ever so slightly, it's getting back in his favor, and he can very well be sitting. You know, he will be with Kian missing here. But now with that fresh tires, this could be turning into him being in the top spot once we head to Homestead.
Yeah, things are really turning his way here, and you know, nothing wrong with Damien's car yet, but now he has got his main championship rival, given the Kian situation, right on his bumper with significantly fresher rubber. This is huge for Indelicato. It's going to be tough because he's got cars to pass, but he's going to be restarting on that top side, and depends on the line that Cameron Rich picks. If Cameron Rich goes to the top here, I mean, he's got to go to the bottom, because you've got to put Damien up top, because Damien's not going to get as good of a restart. You got to put Nick in a bad situation if you want to give yourself the best chance, I think. Because if he picks that top and gets a good launch, and Delicato's just going to follow him.
Yeah, and I think at least that's what Damien's hoping for as well, because I think the race within the race is going to be maybe Indelicato, he might not have enough time to get up and get past Cameron Rich, but he certainly will have if he starts alongside of him or even behind him, depending on what lane Cameron Rich chooses. We're probably about to find out here. I think that's going to be his main goal, is to get around that 12 car. Gain maximum points. We're about to find out. Well, it's not out yet. There was a lot of debris to pick up from that caution, though. As the wild wreck took out Neil Rutt III, Alex Kenton, and Caden Tufts currently sitting on pit road. How about guys like Adam Tepe, Timothy Conrad? You know, he suspected of illegal substances, currently sitting in the top 10, so maybe just enough to take the edge off there for the 35.
You just say suspected?
Oh, is it beyond that?
It's knowledge, pal.
Oh.
It's just you can't. The only rule is you can't say it in
my
in
God.
iRacing chat. Look, I can say it here. It's fine.
So, okay, so that
Okay.
sucks because I wanted to ask him what.
John,
You can ask
driving
I mean,
again.
I can tell you that it's the alcoholic beverage type of substance.
Well, yeah, but I was wondering what type of alcohol.
What kind are you drinking?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll DM him. I'll get it.
Yeah. Make this legal, like. We'll see, and we do see Cameron Rich does choose the inside line, so that will put Indelicato behind Damian here on this restart. Green, white, checkered. There's going to be a lot of jockeying for position. How about Capuano? He brought out our first caution. He's currently sitting in that 6th spot. See what he can do here on this final restart, potentially. Cameron Rich gets the green flag. He jumps out to a big lead. That's going to be huge for him as Beers and Damian again battling it out for that 2nd spot. Now rolls
Contact
in
Beers
reverse.
is going to shove Beers shove Damian up the track. Damian and Delicato are side by side.
And Indelicato almost gave Damian position there. I was kind of surprised. He had an opportunity to peak low and cautions out once again. And,
Uh-oh.
no.
Ah. Well, we don't know if it was his fault yet, so hang on.
That's true. That's true.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yep. No
And-
speculation.
Well, where is he?
He looked like he's driving relatively straight.
Oh, he got
Rocket Man.
Oh, Rocket Man. He got jealous of
I was just gonna say, I bet you
Got
he
jealous.
heard. Remember when he turned 21? We've seen him have a few
Give me-
cocktails himself.
said, "Give me some of that, whatever he's
Yeah,
having."
yeah. They're trying to pass it like a baton, and just did not quite go well.
Just looking for
He was going for it.
looking for some 45 proof, or sorry, excuse me, 90 proof power steering fluid.
Yeah, right. Makes it turn a little quicker, or at least you think so.
Well,
Why not
Tipsy
always
is
work that
close to
way?
turning.
Right. That's what I always say.
Well, the implications of that, and Delicato and Damian will now be restarting side by side.
Yeah, side by side, and Damian will get the inside line here.
And Austin Beers on the front row is a dangerous thing. This is definitely going to be a more difficult restart for Cameron Ridge now, because it doesn't look like Austin Beers chewed his stuff up too bad. That 19 car looks plenty fast, and now Cameron Ridge is going to have to deal with him.
And one thing I think, if you're in that second row, two guys fighting for the potential points lead at the end of the night, or one of these guys will be the points leader once we leave here tonight. But you got two guys ahead of you. They have nothing on the line. They're going out here for wins. We've seen how hard and aggressive they will drive, and we'll see how hard they drive each other on this restart and see if potentially it could cause chaos for the two guys battling for the lead. But we do also have Cooper Johnson, still maybe not quite where he wants to be, sitting in that 7th position,
He's
right
hanging
behind
tough,
kind
though.
of Jones. Yeah, he's hanging tough. He's trying to have a puncher's chance going in Homestead here.
Speaking of hanging tough, look who's 10th, and take a look at that race car.
Yeah. I
There's
wonder
not
if he
much
got
of it
that.
left.
What if he got that
Didn't he
90
just
proof
turn somebody?
power steering fluid?
It's the only reason it's still turning.
Yeah. Oh boy. Cameron Rich taking that inside line. He is gonna try to avenge not being picked by Carlos here. Can he get it done?
And the race is official here. This is attempt 2 of 2 of half number 1
Yeah.
for the
So
green white checkers.
next flag will end the race. Cameron Rich with a great restart. Beers is gonna try to file right behind The 86 car going down into turn 1. He does. Damien right on the back bumper of Austin Beers. And now Indelcado looking to the outside as well, down the backstretch. Can he make that power move with the fresher tires on the outside? He's going to try as we're coming to the white flag. One more lap to go for Cameron Rich.
It is
And
out.
the caution's out. Race is official.
Who is it? Oh no, not again. His rough night continues. It's David
Oh.
Carpenter. Poor guy.
I were a carpenter, you were a lady. Let's see what happens this time. Ooh, washes up the track.
Oh,
was-
pit barriers, pit barriers. He's okay.
Oh, he missed it.
missed
You know, since we're speculating stuff here, guys, I'm thinking he's jealous of that seahorse. That's why he got into tie there.
Oh yeah.
I would have wrecked him because I don't have that seahorse. And
You don't
the
think he's
unofficial.
jealous of the- Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Cameron Rich is your half number 1 winner. Austin Beers coming home in second. Beers stopped before everyone else did. But I think most importantly, Damien, it's not a big gain, but a gain nonetheless as he comes home in the 3rd position. Indelcado comes home in 4th. How about Thomas Capuano rounding out your top 5? And I believe old Nathaniel Wild Cherry, we've seen him in a couple incidents. He finished in 9th. There we do see the final results up on your screen. He's going to finish in 9th, so with the top 9 inverting for half number 2, he will be your pole sitter coming up in a little bit. Tate Lytle, nice
Noticing,
recovery there in 11th. What's that?
Yeah. Who did you guys pick again?
I picked Beers.
Oh,
And, oh man,
fantastic.
man, what would have happened if Carlos would have picked Cameron Rich? I wonder what would have happened.
Man, Carlos.
It would have been
What
1,
a pick.
2, 3.
No, it wouldn't have because I picked Tate Lytle.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh,
what?
Things are getting.
I picked the pole sitter. That gap I had is gone. We are just about neck and neck and neck.
I believe that.
Yo, we're
will
necking.
for rubber necking, baby. All right, see, look through the rest of the running order here for half number 1. Let's practice getting underway for half number 2. See, a tough night there for Carpenter. Did finish the last car on the lead lap. And Caden Tufts, Neil Rutt, Alex Kenton went for a wild ride there as well. But we do actually have our half number 1 winner, Cameron Rich, up here in the tower now. And Cameron, looked like you had a fast hot rod, had to work your way up from that 6th position. Tell us how you got it done there. I should ask if we had a copy. Do we have a copy, Cameron Rich? Carlos, way to go. You don't pick him. Now he's shunning us. He's just teasing us with their presence, and he's not going to answer. Oh,
I think I'm
he
good
is.
there. Sorry, I forgot which button I had for push and talk.
See,
User error.
just say you're mad at Carlos. He didn't
User
pick you.
error.
It's okay. It's okay. We understand.
But that was a fun race. I guess a well-placed bump on Tate. I didn't even mean to do that. I just was rolling the corner and he was there, and I don't know. I guess it was like a good old OSCA race up there with Damien and Tate and everybody. So it was definitely good fun. Man, Damien made a really good picture-perfect bump on me in turn 3 and 4 that I had to admire for a little bit. Then I almost wrecked us both out of 4 like the next lap. So.
Yeah, you guys did put a pretty good show. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened if we would have got a few more green flag laps. But is that part of the reason why, like, you and Damien decided not to pit at all here in half number 1, because you've kind of figured that the cautions would kind of play out in your favor?
Yeah, you could go the whole race on fuel. You don't have to worry about that. So it was just it was a little ridiculous there at the end with the cautions. I would have liked to actually race with Damien and Nick had new tires, I think, so that would have been pretty cool to see. But hopefully the second half can be a little bit cleaner. I don't know what the invert is, but we'll be starting somewhere.
So you will be starting back in the 9th position. So it's not a whole lot farther back from half number 1. Are you going to try to make that immediate surge forward as you did to get this win here?
No, I don't think so. I actually wasn't really trying to go forward too early just because I wanted to save the tires. It's just I got in the fast lane or whatever, and that's kind of what happened. So you never really know with short tracks. You can have a plan, and it will usually be gone on lap 1. So we'll see what happens.
What was that Mike Tyson who always said everyone has a good plan until they get punched in the mouth? We'll see how that goes. But before we let you get ready for half number 2, any shout-outs you want to give? And also, I guess another side question, how mad are you at Carlos for not picking you?
Oh, I'm glad he didn't, because I was actually able to win. So I guess
We gotta make our picks, so don't hold your breath.
I don't like the
Yeah.
pressure. I don't do well with pressure. But I want to I want to thank Johnny for having me in the car. I hope I did all right for him. I think that's the first win for the team. Maybe I heard something about that last race, and
That's indeed the truth.
Wow, yeah.
Congratulations. Hell yeah, go for number 2, and best of luck to you. Got to work your way up from 9th. Put on a good show, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, here's my pick. Here's my pick. Cameron Rich is washed. He is not going to win a second time tonight. I'm going to go ahead and put all my chips down on Damian Leininger.
Whoa, it's me, right? Tate finished 11th, right? And I get to go first, right?
Oh, that's right.
So
I keep on thinking
so
that
used
he
to
picked
Slow
the
your
second
roll
place.
there. Slow your roll there. Hang on now. Let's see. Who will I pick? I think I'm going to take Cameron Rich. Really creative there. But he looked really, really stout, and I need to make up some points here.
All right, for my pick, Cameron Rich is washed. He is not going to win a second time in a row. So I'm going to go ahead and put all my chips down on Damian Leininger.
Dang it! I was going to jinx him today. Well, I kind of wanted to see what that 4-car had there at the end. He looked pretty stout. On similar tires, he maybe didn't have the pace, but he's going to have the brawn, or maybe not the brawn, but he's going to have the brains to get it done. I'm going to go with that 4-car of Nick Indelicato.
See, and Vic has granted us some caution laps here to talk. I do have a very, very important bit of information here. Some confirmation on the seahorse dinosaur thingy in Ty's room. That is, in fact, a dinosaur, and it is named Dan. And Dan the Dino is functional. It is a miniature fan that spritzes him with water when he needs it.
Yo, I called it!
You did.
So
wait, does this tie in with his hair then? Does it like moist his hair and he can slick it?
That's how he stays so dapper.
Yeah. I have to get
Dan
a
the Dino
dinosaur.
keeps Tyler dapper.
Yeah, I feel like that's in a children's book somewhere. I don't know if it's appropriate for children, but anyway.
You see the little blades on the fan? There's a trigger there. You see the little green trigger?
Yeah.
Matt has info on that. I have info on the before question about Tim, about what kind of beverages.
Okay.
It is Busch Light.
He used it there. Oh, okay.
Slick your hair.
Come on. He's a little bit behind.
He's clearing the face off. There you go. Yep.
He's a little bit behind. Yep.
He'll get there.
Come on.
Oh, he's got to hydrate. No Bud Light for him. Oh, it's only Timothy. Drinking the Bud Light. Gotta go with something a little heavier.
All right, that's fine.
Gotta go like PBR or something. I'm still thinking maybe Ty's got the vodka in there.
Oh boy, that's definitely heavier.
Yeah. But now we have Nathaniel Wild Cherry on the pole, right next to Land Shark of Kynan Jones.
Also, really
off
looking
here, half number 2.
Really looking at Cooper Johnson. I think Cooper Johnson has enough speed to run up there in the lead. He just got buried behind our leaders in that last run, and now he's got track position. The same, I think, can be said for Nathaniel Cherry. He was moving up the field nicely before getting involved in that early accident.
Yeah, he was running the top 10 most of the or a lot of the half, but besides when he was kind of sliding around here. So yeah, track position could be very beneficial for him too.
I'm not giving any guarantees. It's not going to be a walk in the park for anybody, but it could look a little bit different here now that we've got some newer faces with undamaged race cars up front.
Yeah, we're about to find out as we're going to get ready to start half number 2. My dog's excited in the background.
Oh yeah, I am too.
Yeah. As Nathaniel Cherry's going to lead him to the green flag. Green flag's out. Nathaniel Cherry hits the loud pedal, and we are underway. Oh, he gets a little wheel spin. Tempe almost gets to the back of him.
Already. Damian
Oh,
Lanninger's up the track.
Oh, no!
Oh, and he made contact with Beers. He's even further back. That's
He's
huge.
in the wall. Oh, Beers, I think, got in the wall as well, and they both lose a ton of track position. Damian falls out of the top 10. And cars are spinning, and I think we're still staying green.
Race leader!
Oh, Cherry in the wall! Cooper Johnson takes the lead. Around goes Cherry!
Spinning two. Both of our championship contenders.
Oh, my goodness. Doers around. DJ Weeks. Wow, there was a lot that just
Cameron
happened.
Rich got damaged, and Delicato, Kynan Jones. Oh, my goodness.
And with all that, Cooper Johnson takes the lead. Tepe gets. Was there an oil slick?
There could have been some sort of oil slick.
I'm thinking Seth Rawls maybe dropped that 90 proof power steering fluid down the front stretch there. And oh, he gets loose, slams the outside wall, nowhere for Kynan Jones to go, and the field just stacks up behind him. Cars
wow.
everywhere.
I mean,
I think
we heard Seth Rawls came in here in the infield care center mentioned the cold tires on the restarts. Guys were carrying a lot of speed there.
Yeah, a lot of these guys know where to go. Nick Indelicato, he's got heavy damage to the front of his race car. Ooh, almost got some more.
And Nick Indelicato pulled it down pit road to fix said damage. Damian did not. I don't know if Damian was as banged up. I think Damian did receive a okay amount of damage, but I think his was just unfortunate moves on the racetrack.
And you know what? This could actually, like, for how this happened, where this happened on the racetrack, that could have almost been a blessing in disguise. They split Capuano, and oh, he just sent it. And oh boy, it's almost similar to what he did at the Roval and to start off half number 2. But this kind of almost kept him, I think, out of trouble of that wreck. So, and then we seen what just happened with Indelicato. So that again, you know, if anyone's, you know, the Golden Horseshoe Award might have to go to Damian as of right now, early on in the going. Cooper Johnson. Now you're talking about Cooper Johnson's track position as well. Now he's got that lead.
It looks a whole lot better now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks great. And but also now he does have a mirror full of our half number 1 winner, Cameron Rich, and Tate Lytle, who looked pretty stout as well.
We're really going to see what he's made of, and with Indelicato and Leininger having troubles, this is Cooper Johnson's chance to jump into this championship fight.
And he gets on that loud pedal, takes the lead. Big jump for that 91.
Trouble Tate Lytle into Austin Beers. Beers saves it, but not without heavy damage, and all his track position is gone.
Gone. Oh man.
Caution's out.
Caution.
I believe that might be a race control. Nope. I don't know. It might be a race control. Nope, it's Jordan Tarble.
Jordan Tarble, probably field stacking up again. Let's check the 3-wide TV replay here. Checking out that 39 of Jordan Tarble. Oh, DJ Weeks gets in the back of him a little bit, spins him around. Caution is out. And, man, I thought maybe the first one was going to be the wild half of the night, but it seems like half 2 now has gotten started off in a lot more chaos right now.
Well, usually the second half has people. I've seen a lot more erratic moves. I've seen the aggression has been dialed way upward from like a 2 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10 to start this thing.
Yeah, I think it all started to set the tone. Damian off that initial restart, and he has worked his way up back into the top 10. And wow, it's just kind of looking through the field. It's just all jumbled up from the guys that finish up front. In half number 1, you see Cameron Rich currently in that second spot. Damian Leininger in 10th. Austin Beers, who is up there as well. He's on pit road, I think, right now, I believe. He might be going. Is he gonna go lap down? No, he might get out before. Yep, he just beats the pace car out there. And Indelicato now, he does gain a little bit of track position, but still all the way back. into that 21st position. How about Nathaniel Cherry, who started on the pole back into the 23rd spot right now? So, yeah, this is a jumbled up, scrambled lineup right now. And how about those two Jones boys right now running 4th and 5th? Kynan Jones still hanging on after starting up on the front row, and Brent Jones up
Ray
8
Bracey, too.
spots. Yeah, Bracey moving up 4 spots. But that 89 machine looking
Here we
good.
go.
Restart again. Cooper Johnson gets another good start, gets in front of Cameron Rich, trying to throw blocks on the 86. He knows he's fast. We know Cameron Rich is not afraid to get right up to that back bumper. He rolls through that corner. Probably best we've seen anybody here tonight. But Cooper Johnson, can he flex those muscles now he's got that track position?
Really hold my breath. These guys all come off of turn 4. Watching Damian Leininger super aggressive driving out of that 12 car. His championship flipped upside down, and then it flipped upside down again like half a lap later when that thing happened to Indelicato. And now, you know, Indelicato mired all the way back in 19th position. Damian has got to run for his life, get as many spots as he can. A calamity avoided there. He's up to 6th now.
Yeah, he's moving right up through the field, trying to gain as much position as he can over Indelicato, who's up to the 18th position, but having that damage, he might not be able to work through the field as quickly as maybe he'd want to. As speaking of working quick, you know, Cameron Rich taking it easy. He's only got 1 spot to go to get the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. And for as good as he looked in that first half, I don't think there's any rush for him. His main competition, they have damage, and they lack track position. That's not to say anything against Cooper. Cooper Johnson's doing a fine job right now, but it looks like Cameron Rich is a little bit quicker. He's taken a very different line in turns 3 and 4. Now he's under him for the lead.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to get position on him, but can he get the power down on the bottom lane? Maybe drag racing down. I think Cameron Rich is going to get him on entry here. Cooper Johnson gives it up. As, again, you know, speaking of how they're running right now, very beneficial to Cooper to try to, you know, just keep the car in one piece. He's a couple spots ahead of Damian, you know, 15 spots ahead of Indelicato. So he again, making it potentially a 4-car race heading into Homestead next week could be set up if things kind of play out the way we see it right now. But again, a lot of racing to go.
They won't. I mean, we've already seen things do not happen as you think they might. As on the backstretch, and I'm seeing some really interesting stuff happen in the back of the field. Beers and Indelicato trying to work their way through the field. I'm not going to go into detail. It's a very interesting looking exchange, but everybody's alive.
Everyone is alive, and I just had a note with Dewar. You might have seen Cousin Eddie, and maybe, you know, a little heavy in the back because you know,
3 wide.
Shitter's full.
They were 3 wide with Bracey on top there. They got out okay. This is
I don't think we've seen really many attempts at 3 wide in half number 1, but they are aggressive as all get out. Because I mean, it is hard to pass here. I think. Oh yeah. That's been noted, and it seems like now they're just trying to get what they can get when they can get it, and at any cost.
It looks like you can play defense on that top line, but not very well. It looks like definitely once you get under somebody, that bottom line is definitely the passing line. I just saw Adam Peeler. He was in 8th. He's still dropping back to 12th now. Got stuck on the top side and kind of got freight trained. Still having a good run, but he's going to cut down in front of Adam Tempe there. He was not losing any more spots. Put his foot down, and yet he's going to stop that bleed.
Yeah, and now Tempe could potentially be stuck on the outside as Neil Rutt tries to take a peek. And that will be the battle for the 15th spot. But right behind them, Nick Indelicato still trying to work his way up to the front. But right behind him as well, Austin Beers trying to gain a little traction from where he was. He had a pit under that last caution, started in the back. And Tate Lytle, he's slowly but surely creeping his way up through the field, up to 4th. We've seen him have a strong run, lead a bunch of laps in the beginning part of half number 1.
Yeah, and he's bringing Damian with him. Damian, I don't know if that car's got as much speed. He took a pretty decent lick to the left front from Beers and then bounced off of that into the outside wall. I don't think that 12 car has got as much speed as it in it as it did in the first half, but he's still doing what he's got to do. It's no slower than the 4 car. So if he can get out of here and finish in front of the 4 car again, then he's going to have a pretty solid gap to work with heading into Homestead.
Yeah, it'll make him feel more comfortable for sure. But, you know, we see Ty McIntosh here working his way to the top 10. He gets that face camera. See Dale Jr. running the go-kart in the passenger seat for Ty McIntosh. But, you know, I'm wondering, did he, nope, he didn't stick his tongue out. Maybe he'd be, you know, maybe the top 5.
He's chilling right now.
Yeah, he's a little too calm.
It's that fan. Calm. That fan's keeping him cool.
Yeah, that, you know, that does work. The little spray fan model thing. You know, those things do work.
He's having himself a pretty nice chase-off series. Currently set 6th in the points. Seth Rawls hasn't had the best of night. He might jump his teammate there for 5th. Caution!
Oh boy. So that will hurt his chase off for Adam Tepe. As he goes around, we'll take a look at the replay.
I think Beers kind of threw it in there under him, and Beers did have the lane. Tepe probably didn't expect it to close up and just came down. It was a late move, a really deep late move by Beers.
Yeah, Deep wasn't expecting. I think he was probably even looking at Indelicato, trying to make a move to the outside, and just 2 cars with maybe fresher tires kind of caught him off guard there.
Without question, Adam cut down and turned himself off Beers' nose, but I don't think he was expecting anybody to dive it in there from that far back. And here we go. We've got cars on pit road now, and we've got cars staying out. I see the 4 cars staying out. 19. And the 19 is at Beers as well.
Yeah, and old dapper Dan the Dinosaur.
Oh, wow.
Ty McIntosh in 2nd.
Timothy Conrad as well. I don't know how Uh-oh.
Shotgun another adult beverage. Running in the top 5.
He wins the race off
Victory
pit
lane, home for
road.
dinner.
Cooper Johnson first off pit road. Tom Capuano, Tate Lytle, Damian Leininger, and Kynan Jones. Now, you saw in Delicato, Austin Beers is now heading down pit road. That's interesting. What happened there? Now he has the track position.
Maybe he didn't feel like there was the big enough gap between the guys who pitted and not pitted.
Well,
now your track position is bad.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it was a mental error meant to come down pit road. I have no idea. All I know is it's big for the 4 car. We saw the old tires prevail. As a matter of fact, now that we mentioned, did Cameron Rich even take tires in the first half?
He never pitted. Nope. Yeah, he ran all 75 laps. Granted, a lot of them under caution. You know, like you said, didn't have to wear them out too bad. But again, I think we're also playing with a lot less of a buffer. Only now 3 cars separate him from Cooper Johnson, who did come down pit road.
Now, another thing about these guys staying out is it buries Damian back in the 9th place. And I'd say probably about 6th or 7th on back is where you're really subject to calamity. Usually, you know, top 10 is fairly safe, but at short tracks, I mean, you're not safe anywhere, not even from the lead, but especially once you get back beyond that top 5, you got plenty of cars in front of you. They can stack up in front of you, and if you have to check up, there's like a whole 20 cars behind you that have to check up. This is really, really important for Damian. If he can get out of this restart unscathed with the fresher rubber, it'll work out for him. But he's got to navigate some traffic here first.
Yeah, he's got some work to do. That is for sure, and hopefully he can stay out of trouble as we get ready to go. Green flag racing on lap 29, and Cameron Rich.
Oh my goodness, he saves it.
Gets in the grass. Oh boy.
Oh, Damian is spinning! Damian is spinning! He does not get hit, but he is spun.
And caution is out. Carpenter again in the wall. Capuano, who's had a good night, involved as well. And
hey, yo, that's my pick.
71.
Damian.
We tried warning you, Carlos. I'm just letting you know that.
He dove under Capuano, and Capuano, there was plenty of time. Maybe he misjudged it, didn't quite give Damian enough room, squeezed him there, and they made contact, and both of them spun. Tom got the worst of it, I think. He got banged up pretty... No, Tom's actually fine, really. I think it's the 71 that got the worst of it. Oh, wow. Did you see the flip? I'm just now seeing the flip. It's the slowest rollover of all time.
Who flipped?
The 71. Watch David Carpenter. Watch him.
Oh.
It's the slowest rollover of all time.
I'm wondering even. I
Wait.
mean, oh, whoa, whoa. I thought he was a carpenter. He might be a magician.
Perhaps, and that's the
insane.
Usually that's the second car we've had on its lid tonight, which is. I thought here it come to rest. He's putting all his body weight on one side of the car.
Yep. He's trying to lean into it. Gets back on all fours. I think he's still rolling. He's on pit road right now.
Well,
I think a late move there by Damien, as we see in this replay. I mean, Campiano was pretty low on the track. Damien tried to go even lower. It was just hard racing, which we've seen so much of in half number 2 here. But again, now even more work though for Damien. It almost played out exactly what you're talking about, kind of in that calamity area of the track.
And you know, it's an even worse situation for Damien now. Oh, Austin Beers and Tom Capiano are running into each other under caution. I don't know why. I'm not going to worry about it, but that's even worse for Damien now because we saw like 4 or 5 guys run into that accident and get damaged. And Damien now has a lot of cars in front of him. So he's going to have to be extremely, extremely careful because you've got the 4 Vendelicato restarting atop the front row. And this is big right here.
Yeah, and again, just the flips and twists that are happening here in half 2 as Cameron Rich, the only thing staying consistent, jumps out to the lead here on our restart. Then we see Alex Kenton getting off pit road, letting the field go by. And Cooper Johnson trying to move up with those fresher tires now in the 3rd position. So he could be a threat here as well, getting right on the bumper. Vendelicato, he might take a look here in one. He might wait for it because he knows he's got some time with that fresher rubber. We see even Vendelicato wash up the track. Cooper's able to hang it low. And there we drag racing down the backstretch.
Damian Leininger just split 3 wide to pass a couple cars. He made it work. I'm glad you're watching up there because I'm watching back there. The way Damian works traffic here is going to make or break his season.
Yeah, this is going to be, you got to be aggressive, but you also got to be careful.
He made contact with Peeler. He's going to be okay, but he almost lost it all right there.
Yeah, he lost, I believe he lost a couple spots.
He and Capiano are getting into it. Capiano's turning Damien. Damien's around again.
Wow. No caution.
Oh
boy, and we're talking about jaw jack, and there's a little bit of that going on the radio. Damien now back into the 19th position, and now this is going to be even a taller order here with about 40 laps to go.
Wow.
In half number 2.
Damien threw a block on the backstretch. Tom did not like it. He sailed it off. You see he's blocking there. Tom, he cleaned him out. Was not happy.
And I don't know if Damien thought that Campiano threw the block to bring out the previous caution, so it might have been payback all the way around for both of those drivers, and really did not work for
Caution
Damien.
Is out. Caution is out. Now I see my hand around.
Oh boy! Ooh, Neil Rutt gets into that one. Everyone else gets by, and that's probably just what Damien needed to get caught back up to the field, but still a lot of work to do.
Got in there hot.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there.
He was. I guess he tapped on the apron too.
It's another send. I mean, he sent it. Like he was a good 2 car lengths back. I think Dallas clearly reacted. It's just he didn't react enough. You saw him. He jerked it right a little bit. It scared the crap out of him. It just didn't give him enough room there to save them both. Oh, he got nailed by Neil Rutt at the end.
Well, yeah, just made that contact with Neil Rutt. It's now a couple more cars on pit road. Ty McIntosh, Timothy Conrad coming down pit road
as well. And this is a big break for Damien. He can come down. He's put some wear on those tires with the spinning and getting spun. Gets put fresh tires on it, fix it up some, and you know, when you're already back in 20th and there's only like 25, 26 cars racing, there's not much hurt you can do by fixing it up and putting tires on it. Get it refreshed as much as you can because he's still got 30 laps to work his way through the field. And I think we've seen the 4-car Vendelicato does not have the race-winning pace. There's a little bit too much damage on that car. He kind of fell back to 4th, and he's kind of just hanging around the top 5. Damien, there is still hope for Damien. His work's cut out for him, but you know, put some fresh rubber on it and fix it up. He might be able to salvage the night, keep himself in the fight.
Yeah, and remember the two guys who have not come down pit road now, I believe, are just the 86 of Cameron Rich and that 4-car of Indelicado, who's back in that 4th position. So
Has
definitely,
Coop pit?
Cooper has pitted. Yep.
Okay.
So yep, I believe everyone's pitted except for those two now. And I the other thing I'm kind of looking at, even with Damien coming down pit road for the 2nd time, and again we get 2 sets of tires here per half. And now I believe Damien has gone through both sets, and which I still think he'll be okay
Honestly,
in that regard. But if he does have, I mean, well, I guess time will be a factor at that point. But if he has another stretch of a few laps here, like he just had to begin this race, it's going to be, probably just going to equal a bad night. Call it, turn the lights off at that point. But
I really don't think. I really don't think he's coming down. I mean, he probably isn't worried about coming down pit road at all. Even if he had tires, he wouldn't worry about it. I think at this point in the race, if you're thinking about winning the race, you're not pitting again. And Delicado and Rich have definitely made their bed. If you come down pit road again, you're going to sacrifice a lot of track position, and you're not going to have enough laps to work all the way through the field. If Damien was going to take tires, now was the time, and it made his bed. Time to line it.
And yep, we're gonna see how it happens as Cameron Rich starts on the outside this time, gets a good
Huge jump
over Cooper Johnson. And now Tate Lytle, he'll file in right behind. He's trying to take a peek on that 91 for the battle for 2nd spot. It's Cameron Rich walking away right now with those older tires. It doesn't matter. Cameron Rich here is fast. He's got a fast hot rod here tonight.
I'll keep you updated, but Damien's right behind Thomas.
Yeah, I noticed he started. right next to each other.
Bracey just got given the bumper. He's up the track. They're wrecking in the back.
Caution.
Peeler and Tepe, I think minimal damage there. They kind of just got stacked up. I think Peeler washed up. Tepe ran into him a little bit. I think the worst of it's actually going to be for Tom. He kind of ran into him there. Didn't have anywhere to go, but not a huge wreck. Nonetheless, a caution.
A caution indeed. Another one. This is our 6th caution of half number 2. How about Dustin Dewar? He was had a rough start of the night. Currently sitting at 10th. Ooh, Peeler washed up the track, getting into McIntosh, cutting back down the track in front of Peeler, and kind of plowing him down the track there a little bit. Yeah, I don't think, besides losing a few spots there, not too much foul, even on Tepe. I think a lot of the damage he had was already before that.
Yeah, all good there. I mean,
yeah, they're all good.
Didn't exactly have a wealth of track position anyways, though. They'll be all right.
And I think Tepe just wanted to smell some Sugar Moon melts there.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey, I want to smell that gingerbread. Chris, again, it's already December, guys. I can't believe we're already in December. November.
Start wearing my Santa hat.
I know, right? And that, we got to start telling Conrad too. He might have to set down the Bud Light, maybe get some eggnog.
Eggnog, yeah, it's definitely eggnog season. Hey, this is actually going to be my first Christmas season 21. Now that you mention it, definitely look forward to that.
Are you planning some eggnog drinking or other?
Oh, I go home to Texas here in about 3 weeks.
Ooh, there you go.
So I do plan on enjoying a bountiful amount of eggnog.
Eggnog might not be totally my game, but I get it. I'd prefer it's a drink. I'm not even sure what's all in it, but it tastes.
I don't know either.
My grandma makes it. No eggnog, but Tom and Jerry's, very good.
So I don't know. I don't know how close the flavor is. I've had the baby non-alcoholic eggnog. I don't know how close that flavor is, but that tastes really good. I don't know if it's anything like the real stuff. I'll find out.
Yeah, go find out. Let me know. Maybe I will man up, cowboy up, and try it.
Well, we'll share some eggnog at the end of the broadcast next week.
Oh, there you go. I'm loving that.
Have a little drink as we do the post-race interviews. If you get eggnog, I'll get eggnog.
There you go, and then I don't know if the winner of the championship will have eggnog, but we will.
We just tell the top 3 in points to have eggnog on standby.
Yeah. Have a little. Just have it sitting there
look,
on ice.
Unless if you don't Stone Cold Steve Austin that eggnog, I will be very disappointed.
You know that man would chug eggnog.
I hope so. I think I will.
I'd consider it in the right context.
We love restarts too.
Yeah, restarts, and see who's going to chug along here. Yeah, he is going early. He is going. He's got a great lead again. And jumps out. And now Cooper Johnson on the outside's got all he can handle from Tate Lytle. He's going to shoot by. Indelicado now looking on the inside. Got a
Caution is going to come out here. Got the 89 car around off the nose of Dallas Myhand.
Ooh.
Single car spin, no damage. It'll bunch us up again, though. It looked like Dallas was ready to go, and he just got tired of waiting and hit the gas and drove through him.
Oh, yeah. From that angle, was it netcode too? But,
oh, no, from that angle, netcode, but he definitely, he punted him.
Oh, no, it did, yeah. Yep. I was, watched a different angle there. Yep, he did definitely make some contact, but
I can say this is, oh, go ahead, yeah.
Oh, I was just say Brent, who started out the day, he was in the top 10 earlier, is now dropped down into the 24th spot, so a rough go of it for the past few laps here for the 89 of Brent Jones.
This is not what Damian needs, and I know it's all. I know I'm beating a dead horse. All I'm talking about is the 4 of Indelicado and the 12 of Leininger, but that's our championship fight. It's not going well for Damian. He needs laps to race and pick up spots. Now, if there are big crashes and pileups that he can miss, that's even better. But there's more of a chance you get swept up in that. Constant little one-car spins behind him and maybe barely in front of him are doing him no favors. Those are really hurting him.
Yeah, I think he's been stuck in that 18th, 19th position, since he came down pit road. So yeah, he's got to make some leaps and bounds here pretty quick. We're down to now, coming to 25 to go here to end the night, and yeah, it's every lap we're here pacing is going to be opportunities missed for that 12 car. But again, a lot. I mean, even in his 25 laps, there's still a lot that can unfold. How about Rocket Man Seth Rawls?
Yeah.
Yeah, still up there, still battling, up there in the top 5.
Gutierrez started the race P21. How Dustin Dewar started 26th. He's in 10th. He's in
10th, and our emotional support pick. Hopefully, I didn't jinx him because I think every time I add that to him, yeah.
And the worst thing is there's not a scratch on that race car, so I've even made it worse there.
Yeah, yep. Just pile it on.
Sorry, Gilly.
Yep. We might have to owe him some eggnog now for his emotion. He needs emotional support because he's our emotional support.
I guarantee you, he's one of the nicest guys on the grid. He's not had a good go around, and I do feel terrible for him, regardless of my relation to him as a team owner. I feel bad for anybody. I don't think that that 99 car has finished a chase-off race without ending up in the wall at some point.
Yeah, hopefully that can change, but
still got some racing left.
We still got some racing to do, and we're about to get ready for another restart. And we've been seeing Cameron Rich, these past couple of restarts, has gone early, so make sure you check right when that pace truck dives down pit road. Does he hit that loud pedal?
Wait some. He waits a little bit. He still goes fairly early. He's going to get another massive jump. No problems for him.
Yep. He's trying to change up a little bit of maybe the timing of it just to throw off Tate Lytle, as Tate now has to battle with Cooper Johnson as they're side by side behind him for 3rd and for the would be the 5th positions there. Cooper Johnson gets that 3rd spot.
Cooper Johnson drifted up. Beers got into him. Moved Beers up the track.
Teammates running there. I don't think Beers wants to affect his teammate trying to battle for that championship.
And just so we're aware, Damian Leininger is storming his way through the field. He's up 3 spots since the restart, picking every lane he can to try and gain spots. He's a little bottled up right now, but if we can go green here, he might be able to start picking them off as they single out.
He's battling side by side with Timothy Conrad. He's got Carpenter and Kynan Jones right ahead of him as well. Right now, nowhere to go for that 12 car. It's like a caged bull right now. Is he going to start using that horn to get his way through there? But I think right now that wouldn't even be beneficial.
He's poking it pretty
wide.
Now.
Oh, and he is. Kind of let it open. He's going to the inside. He's going to move up to the 15th position.
We've got trouble. Oh, contact! Kynan Jones hard in the wall. Damian was to left front. They're going to... Tepe's around, Cotton's out.
Oh, boy. And Damian lost the spot now back to 16th. Again, kind of gaggled up there. Damien getting aggressive, trying to work his way up through that field. Makes contact with Carpenter. And it looked like it was going to be a lot worse for Damien.
Oh, it was. It looked like it for sure. I thought that was bad.
Yeah, I thought he was going straight to the outside wall, able to save it.
A little bit damaged, but I don't think that little bit of left front's going to do any more than what he's already got. I mean, he's still got top 5 pace in that race car. He's just, the lanes aren't there. Something's got to give way for him.
Yeah, he definitely did not have anywhere to go, and just the recipe that he was in, there was a good shot of caution was going to come out. We do see some cars coming down pit road. Neil Rutt the third, Gilberto, Dewar, Capuano.
Oh, that's big for Damien.
Yeah, he's going to gain a couple spots here. Yeah, he's up to 13th now, I think, after it all shuffles through.
And, you know, up front we got Rich and Lytle, 2 guys who aren't racing for a championship. Cooper Johnson, who is. Austin Beers. And then Indelicato in the midst of it. This is critical right here. Nick Indelicato is going to be fighting for what he can, but he's got to come home with the top. He's just got to keep it straight. Because Damien back there in 13th, as of right now, that gap is only a handful of points. I think maybe you can only use one hand to count the gap between them as it stands right now.
Yeah.
4 cars got to focus on finishing well here. Do not put your season in jeopardy by doing anything crazy. Just take care of business. And Damien is the opposite. Damien's got to move.
Yeah, Damien's got to be a wild man, kind of like what we just saw out of him on that last restart. And how about this Carpenter in the top 10? We seen him make that contact with Damien to bring this last caution out, but just having a rough night of it. So I mean, I don't know what's going to happen from here for old Dave Carpenter, but I think even just being in the top 10's got to feel pretty good for how his night's been going.
Yeah, maybe get out of here with a decent finish after all. Also, Chris Gutierrez. I noticed Gilberto's gone. Gilberto pit. Very curious decision. He's 19th now. But Chris Gutierrez up 15 spots in the 6th spot. Talking about his chase-off so far, hasn't quite had the speed. Or, no, I'm sorry, he has definitely had the speed, hasn't had the luck of the results. That was evident in half number 1. But here he is, late in the running here, in position to take home a top 5 or definitely a top 10, if nothing bad happens.
If nothing bad happens, but there again, only 16 laps to go, 15 when we go back to green, but a lot can happen in that time. As we are 1 to go, Cameron Rich on that inside. Let's see if Tate's kind of learned the habits of that 86 car on these restarts. He changes up a little bit, but prefers to go early.
Early this time again, another huge jump.
And huge jump. Cooper Johnson's going to take advantage of it as well. He's going to battle the inside of Tate, and caution's out.
That might be the fastest one we've had so far. Who is it? Alex Kenton, maybe?
Hey.
Damien +2 again on that restart. He's up to 11th now.
That's again, those laps ticking off under pace laps. Ooh, Kenton goes around. Yeah, Kenton Jones gets the wall.
I'm not really quite sure what happened. Did he... Here. I think Kynan was behind. Oh, I don't know. Kynan Jones was a separate incident. Kynan Jones actually did the exact same thing. They got on the loud pedal. Kynan did not spin. Kenton did spin. Kynan got the wall, though.
Yeah, both making a little bit of contact with the wall. I thought they almost made contact with each other. Appears not to be the case. As again, the plus side for Damien, he's now within 7 spots of Indelicato, but again,
go ahead.
Laps are ticking away.
I think. Oh my God, Damien almost just got packed by the 71.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, that was almost a disaster. Anyways, Damien, I know we just said he's got to go, but he's got to be really careful, because here's the thing: Damien Leininger and Austin Beers, probably the 2 most aggressive guys in the field. With their nature and the way they drive, it's super fast, super aggressive, super fun to watch, but it can get him into some trouble. And with as fast as Damien is tonight, in 11th, with a solid handful of laps to go here, he doesn't need to win this race. If he can finish close enough to Nick, which 7 spots away, he's got fresh tires and less damage, and Delicato has no tires on that race car. He can realistically finish within a few spots of him without having to really do anything crazy. Yeah, he's got to move and gain spots, but don't do anything irrationally aggressive. and he can come out of here with a solid points lead.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out as we're 1 lap to go to green. We'll have 11 laps to go. Once Barney waves that green flag. Cameron Rich, he's been a master of the restarts. Now he'll have Cooper Johnson on the outside. See if he has anything for Cameron Rich on these restarts here. And not so much. A little bit better, but Cameron Rich still getting a great restart.
Oh,
boy.
Trouble. Wow. DJ Weeks. Oh, never mind. He's going around after
he's going
all.
around. Caution's out.
He drove it in way too deep, drifted. He saved it, and then after he got it gathered back up, he got ran over.
Took a toe.
And now he's on pit road.
Another caution. Oh, he did have it saved. And
Yeah,
Brent,
he towed. He's done for the night, I think. Yeah, he's
boy.
disconnected. He's taking himself out.
DJ has
for the rest
left
of the
the
race.
building.
Yep.
Ooh. And I think even with Brent Jones, he tried wowing up, but he had 2 cars at Dewar and Tepe right
Yeah, he was
behind
getting
him.
pushed into him.
Yeah, there's nowhere for Brent to go.
It's like Tom and Jerry whenever you see Tom running down the hallway and then he tries to stop and slips on the rug and just slide. You know what I'm saying? Like he slides into a wall. Yeah.
He's got the rug peeling up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Damien up to 10th, by the way. Another spot for that 12 car.
And again, every position for him is huge, as Indelicato is still in that 4th position. It kind of seems like no matter what happens on the restarts, it's kind of where he unfolds. But, and again, yeah, now that he's in his top 10, you got to feel a little bit better about that. So definitely got to get in that mindset, like you were just saying. You want to try to get as many positions as you can, but you don't want to put yourself in a spot to get spun around or wrecked.
No, because he had a 9-point gap coming into this race tonight, and he actually finished 1 spot better than Indelicato. So coming into the second half here, he had a 10-point gap. As it stands right now, he's your points leader only by 4 points, but he has the points lead right now. And you know Indelicato will be fast next week at Homestead, and you know Damien will also be fast next week at Homestead. So a 4-point advantage might be all he needs next week. Of course, I say that there's no way of telling whatsoever, but he has the points lead right now. There's no reason to do anything crazy. He's in a good spot, and he can still gain more and not have to do anything crazy. He just needs to be careful, but, you know, we're racing here, so go for it.
Yeah, it's part of the name of the game, try to gamble and get a few more spots. Maybe widen that gap going into Homestead. I believe I can't remember. I have to talk to Damien. I think that's actually one track he's kind of not comfortable with. So he's generally fast there, but he doesn't quite have the same Damien pace. So he's going to definitely want to get everything he can here tonight.
Well, then maybe he does need to be aggressive here, like you said.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think maybe that's part of the reason why he's trying to get back up there. But I think Damien, again, will be definitely in the mix. But I think as far as a 4-point lead might not be enough for his comfort zone.
You're right. That's true. And this is a track that very much suits him. So I guess play to your strengths. And here we have a restart here. Cameron Rich jumping early again.
Playing to his strengths.
Yeah, another jump that you simply cannot defend tonight.
Yeah, and now Tate trying to battle Cooper Johnson for that 3rd spot or 2nd spot.
Oh, we've got trouble.
Oh.
We've got trouble. Damien is spinning. Damien has crashed. Damien Leininger, no.
Oh boy, spun around. And at first it looked like Indelicato was going to be the one that was going to get involved in a wreck.
I know, he got into the back of Beers. He and Beers made contact, and then I saw Damien spinning. That is huge. Oh my goodness, that's heartbreaking.
Wow, so he's all the way back into the 22nd position after that.
Man, and he just got tangled up. He wasn't trying to do anything crazy there. Pain. Yeah, here we go. This is the dictionary definition of pain. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the stack up, right? They all just got stacked up. He was trying to get it woed up and got ping-ponged around between Cherry and McIntosh. That's, wow. I don't think the damage is all that bad. It's just this late in the race, no track position.
And just nowhere to go.
No, he was on the brakes, just things tightened up. Everybody's trying to slow up and avoid it and pick the right lane. And man, the one guy that needed to get that lane ended up on the worst end of on the expletive word, crappy end of the stick.
Yep, and I think the only person he has to blame is Carlos for jinxing him.
Carlos,
got some explaining to do.
Damian Leininger right now is in Spain without the S.
In Spain,
Without
the S.
Yes.
Who did you pick there, Goody?
I picked Indelicado.
Okay, feel pretty good about Cameron Rich right now.
Yeah, I would too.
Well, this makes things interesting because now I think we have this championship might be right back down to Indelicado and Kian Relly. Despite everything that's happened, because Damian back there in 21st, as they run right now, that's a 16. I mean, here's the thing: he had a 10-point advantage. His championship is not over at all. He's only going to be behind Indelicado by, what is that, like 6 points? He's still in pretty decent shape, regardless of what happens. But he's not going to be the points leader like he probably would have hoped. And here we have a restart.
Restart one more time. Cameron Rich with another good jump. Now with 2 laps to go, green, white, checkered. Tate Lytle holding on to that second spot. Does he have anything for that 86? But Damian's driving hard. Oh, he can hardly turn that thing right now. Maybe the suspension's hurt a little bit on that car. Maybe he's doing a Frost Chastain move. Who knows? But Cameron Rich has got some smooth sailing. Now with 1 more lap to go.
Oh, we've got one car spinning towards the inside wall
Dustin
hard. Oh, man, Dusty. No caution.
No caution. That will be beneficial for Damian as he moves up to the 17th spot. But coming into 3 and 4 for a final time, Cameron Rich, get out your brooms. He wins again here in half number 2. The Nurse Aviator 150 holding off Tate Lytle and Cooper Johnson.
Wow.
Man, Indelicado comes home 4th. Seth Rawls got that top 5. Nathaniel Cherry 6th. Austin Beers 7th. Dallas Myhand 8th. Gutierrez 9th. And Ray Bracey will round out your top 10.
Damian Leininger recovered to 15th. If my math is correct, Indelicado is going to have an advantage of over him by just 1 point. And I don't even know where Kian factors into all of this.
Yeah, it's going to be... Yeah, a lot of the math going on. A lot of whiteboard.
Hey Vic,
coloring.
How many points scored does Indelicado get for finishing 4th? Because we can do it right now and kind of figure it out. I don't know if I'm going to get them.
33 points.
33 for each one?
For fourth, yeah. So, because it goes 40, 35, 34, 33. Or, yeah. So.
And Kian scored 0. Oh, okay.
So Matthew's going to be doing the math there. There you see the finishing order here for half number 2. We do have our drivers in here for interviews. We'll let Matthew do the math here. I'll get Cooper Johnson up here into the broadcast booth. And Cooper, it was a wild night. It pretty solid night for you. Got a couple of top 5s here tonight, and kind of gives you a last ditch effort going into Homestead next week to try to win a championship. But kind of talk us through how wild it was out here at USA International.
Well, I mean, I'm glad to be talking to you guys again. It's been a little bit. The chase-offs have not been very kind to me as far as top 3 finishes, and like I think you mentioned there, it's Kian, Nick, Damian, all 3 of those guys have outperformed me pretty much all the chase, and I don't know why. It's like I don't know if I took a step backwards or what, but finally getting to top 3, and it's so tough because the competitors in this chase they're all very, very good. Like Nick, Kian, Damian, they're all very fast. They're all very good, and you almost need to finish top 5 every single week to have a chance. So, no, but tonight was interesting. It played right into my hands because I knew I was not nearly as good as Tate or Cameron when it came to this track. Damian was much better than me as well. There were a lot of guys that were better than me tonight. at USA. I've never been very good, but I needed it to go the way it kind of did, which was kind of a caution fest. And I'll take it all day. I needed some sort of luck to go my way here in this chase.
Yeah, luck indeed. And we were having Matthew do some math to see what kind of odds we have going in the next week at Homestead. But Homestead for you, what kind of outlook do you have going in there?
I feel pretty confident. I do like Homestead a little bit. It's more about just trying to figure out a pit strategy that will somehow, some way have me ahead of Nick and Delicato at the end of both halves, because that's going to be the guy to beat. I know that the points gap, I think, before Kian wasn't able to make it tonight was like 60 points. I was back from him, and so even if it's within like 30 points or something, it's a
Good
long
news
shot.
for you.
Okay, go right ahead, Matt.
You are, if my math is correct, 18 points out of the points lead. So you are not far. You are
Keep in
not far
mind that
behind.
doesn't. I don't think you're factoring any bonus points in.
I am not. That is just positions. That is totally unofficial, and by unofficial, I mean probably incorrect.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Nick or Damien led tonight. I know Cameron pretty much dominated most of both halves, and I did lead a couple laps, so I know I'll at least get a bonus point for that. So, again, even if it's somewhere in the realm of 18 points, that's way better than I thought it was going to be. Just because both of those guys beat me in the first half, and then, to only beat Nick by a point in the second half there was not as much as I was hoping for. But if that's correct, then that's great. Obviously that's still a lot of work. 2 races is, if something goes my way for both races, I might have a shot, but it is kind of a long shot.
I mean, a long shot indeed. But if you're in that range, say less than 20, going into Homestead, what does that change for you mentally, or maybe even, as far as practice, getting prepared for Homestead coming up next week?
Well, I think that it changes my strategy most of all, because, if I was 30 points back, then obviously I'm a little bit more willing to take major risks and do crazy pit strategies to try and gain any sort of amount of points that I can. But if it's anywhere in the realm of only like 18 points, then I'm going to be a little bit more skeptical on trying to, shoot for the moon on, random pit strategies that hopefully might work. I might just kind of hope that some bad luck falls Damien and Nick's way, because it anything can happen in these championship races, as we've seen every single week from Phoenix, Kansas, Charlotte, Roval tonight. Anything can happen at any given time. It doesn't matter what track, and so I'm hoping that some more luck falls my way just at the right time, even if it's by a point. I don't care how many points I beat him by. It doesn't matter to me. The only thing that matters is winning that championship.
Remember what Dominic Toretto said: "Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is
Family.
winning."
Exactly.
Or he also did say family. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say that. All right. With that, so now we got your mindset going into next week. And before we let you go, get prepared. Any shout outs you want to give?
I don't know if I'm going to finish top 3 or win a race next week, so I want to go ahead and obviously shout all you guys out. Thank you, Carlos, so much for bringing some great broadcasts here on 3 Wide TV. I do tune in to some of the other broadcasts that you guys put on, and you always do a great job. So very much appreciate that. Goody, obviously, you and Matthew do a great job up here in the booth. I've appreciated listening to you guys throughout the entire season. Can't wait for next season to hear you guys even a bit more. Thank you, Vic, obviously, and Dallas. I know that Vic gets all the shout outs, so I'll give Dallas a shout out as well. Those two are co-owners of this thing. I've had a ton of fun here in OSCA. Can't wait till obviously next week, and then it'll be a sad time for the amount of time that I'm not racing here in OSCA until February. But I don't know if we have something going on between now and February.
Just the BeamNG Monster Truck Series.
Okay, well, I unfortunately don't have that, so I'll have to wait till February. But obviously, thank you to to both of you guys for putting on this league. Like I said, I've enjoyed my time. Thank you to 213 Simware. Thank you to Juicebox Racing League, or Juicebox Racing League, league that I put on, and then also the Juicebox podcast as well. They've sponsored me a ton. So I can't wait till next week, and hopefully we get some stuff to go my way.
So one thing we were talking about during the broadcast is eggnog. You know, we're approaching the holiday season,
Oh man.
and you're going to be in that mix. So we're planning on maybe having some eggnog and celebrating with whoever wins the championship. Are you willing to have eggnog or maybe some other adult beverage? Eggnog might not be your thing. Are you going to have something on ice for next week just in case?
So this is something funny. Although I am of age, I'm 22 years old. I don't drink. I actually don't drink at
Oh.
all.
Wait, have non-alcoholic eggnog.
Yeah.
Maybe I might do that. I might get something small. Maybe I don't know. Usually I'm drinking. I know it's terrible to drink at this time of night, but I'm usually drinking Mountain Dews during the race.
Woohoo!
Oh, wow.
So maybe
Do
I
the do,
might.
baby.
I might. Like you know how good old Stone Cold after he's drinking
Oh my
a couple Steve
goodness, no
Weisers.
way.
I might do one of those if I win
Wow,
the championship.
I
So-
love the love for Stone Cold.
Yeah, wasn't that Vic's
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
yeah, you guys should totally do it with the eggnog.
So I mean, you might be okay, Coop, if that happens, but I think me and Matthew might be in rough shape after that.
Yeah. I will say that if I somehow, some way win the championship after next week, I will take a video of myself outside doing the old Stone Cold with whatever beverage you want me to do. If it's eggnog, I'll do eggnog. If it's Mountain Dew, whatever, I will do that.
Eggnog and
Fair
Mountain
enough.
Dew, let it curdle.
Mountain Dew.
What was that, Carlos?
I missed that, Carlos.
Mix the eggnog and the
going.
Mountain Dew together.
Oh my God.
Oh,
no.
that is
That
nasty.
sounds absolutely disgusting. and
Vile.
I will do that. I will do that.
Oh boy, I
Ugh.
love it. I love a man who's up for a weird challenge, and that is definitely one of them.
We're weird guys up here in Minnesota. We're weird.
Oh, that's no doubt.
Minnesota.
That's
Oh, you
that's
guys
why-
have the
that's
largest
why-
bottle of twine.
That's why us people in Wisconsin we turn our nose up at you guys.
Exactly.
Friends and I hit a deer in Elko. Thanks for that.
Ooh, Wow.
You did?
Yeah.
How?
How? I don't know. We just did. It ran out in front of the car and we hit it.
Oh my lord.
I just love that this has now come to explaining why a deer, how you hit a deer.
Just wait for Tate's interview. I have to talk to him again.
Yeah.
I got nothing for him.
You're actually conversing with each other. He's worried about what's coming next.
No, I've been thinking, I was like, oh, great. He's second again. Fantastic.
He might be chugging eggnog right now. We don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cooper, we'll go let you prepare. You might want to do a couple trial runs with eggnog and Mountain Dew. You never know, but
Or not.
That kind of seems like something that you have to just do once and then like tough through it. It
But
doesn't
yeah,
really
there a
seem,
toilet
I don't
nearby.
think you can like
That's
I don't think you can like get used to that.
I wonder if it will like curdle or anything. That'd be
Yes, that's all I'm
Weird.
thinking about. First thing I
Yep.
think of is curdling.
That's what I was saying. It's like, let it curdle.
Oh, Carlos. No, that's
It's a bad idea. Terrible.
I'm not trying to be sick during Christmas.
I
I'm not
appreciate the
Yeah.
slow scroll through pictures of eggnog throughout
Yeah,
the
this is
entirety of
very-
the interview.
It's
It's
very
like a catalog.
Yes. I didn't realize. Yeah, that it kind of looks good now. I kind of want to try some, even though.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right. Well, Cooper, best of luck to you next week. Hopefully, you'll be right back up here talking to us after a championship.
I hope so. Thank you guys again.
You bet. Cooper Johnson coming home in the third spot here in half number 2, setting himself up for a championship run next week at Homestead. But with that, we'll bring in Tate Lytle for Matthew, and Matthew, take it away.
Yeah, Tate, solid result tonight. Probably hoping for one position more as you would any race you enter. The first thing I do need to ask you, though, what are your thoughts on eggnog?
I think it's nasty.
Oh, God.
It's,
Is
awful.
it?
It's probably the worst thing I've ever drank, to be honest.
Would you-
Really?
Yeah.
If you ended up in victory lane, would you chug it?
I mean, if it's a fake race, no. If it was like the Indy 500 and like, I mean, I do a lot of things after that, but
Oh, you have like what?
Tate Lytle indefinitely suspended.
yeah.
Now, for a race question, this is not a track you traditionally go to with the Xfinity car. What was probably the biggest struggle, the biggest challenge in terms of the car and track combination we had?
I don't know. There's a reason why USA got dug up, I guess. I don't know. It was. I had good short run pace, but once I got one little slide into the right rear, it was pretty much over. So I don't know. I think Cam was definitely the best out of all of us. I might have been second or third on everybody here tonight, but yeah, USA is not my favorite. A lot of these guys raced USA when they were going through rookie street stocks, but I never had to endure the pain of that. So thankful for it, but also, I don't know, I just didn't really feel like I had enough experience at the track to work my way around Cam there, even on fresher tires. So, but if you're going to lose somebody, might as well lose to Cam.
And speaking for tracks you have experience at, I know I tried to ask you questions about the V car last week, and you told me, well, everybody knows this car, and that's true. And we go to Homestead next week, which I'm sure everybody here has done thousands of laps at Homestead in the Xfinity car. Is that a particularly strong track for you? You think you can end up at the top step of the podium next week, maybe?
I don't know. Homestead changes a lot every time we race it. I feel like sometimes you want to be right on the white line. Sometimes you want to be a lane up. Sometimes you're, running a lane off the wall or on the wall. I don't know. It just depends on where the line is. If the line's on the wall, I'm toast. If the line's on the line, I'm toast. But if the line's like on that first seam, I think I got a chance. Homestead's one of those tracks where I feel like I'm always running, third or fourth, but never really quite have that winning speed, other than a couple times where that line was right on that first seam. So I don't know, Homestead's a difficult one to really say.
All right. Well, before I close out our
actually,
interview here,
I have one question for
please
you.
Please do.
So talking about fake racing, and you win a fake race, what would be the wildest any big race? What would be the wildest thing that you would drink?
I was about to ask that.
How much are we?
My bad.
That was my question.
I mean, is this like cool, you win $50, or is this like, what are we winning?
It's what the biggest race maybe you've been a part of.
A thumbs up.
Yeah, for a thumbs up, it could be for $1,000, it could be whatever. What would be the wildest thing you would take on as for an adult beverage for a win?
I mean, I'd probably drink about anything for 1,000 or more.
So you would drink eggnog if we put $1,000 up?
Sure.
For a win?
Vic, are you hearing this?
I'm not forking out $1,000 to see Pit Idol drink something.
Okay, well, what if we fork out?
I'll pay you like $20 to drink something. What will you drink for $20, Tate?
You gotta win though.
Yeah, you gotta win.
I don't know. Not Fireball.
Not
Pendleton.
So
I don't know. I could probably drink like half a Four Loko for $20.
Oh,
a half, dude! You gotta chug the whole thing. Be a man.
Shotgun it.
I'll drink the whole thing for $40.
Oh, I see how it is.
If we get Dallas to forward 20 and Vic to forward 20, can we get you to do a whole Four Loko? If you win,
I'll shotgun the Four Loko, sure.
Dude,
nice.
What's with you and Fireball? I'd do a shot of Fireball if I just didn't get in a wreck in a race.
I don't know. Fireball
sounds like alcoholism.
I don't know. Fireball. You're drinking a Fireball on a golf course. You don't want to drink Fireball anymore.
Yeah. Well, I had that deer hunting too, so yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you asked my question. That's all I had. Okay, so have a can of Four Loko ready next week. Bring your A game. I want you to win the race, and I want to see you shotgun that for us. You'll make a cool $40, and we'll get a kick out of it. Any other shout-outs or things you want to give before we let you go? And maybe you do have a go have a drink.
Shout out to the New England Patriots for being awful. Shout out to Vic for letting me race. Shout out to whoever paid for the charter that I'm running. Shout out to Brett Wentz Days Gone By, Vintage Racing Apparel.
Whoop, whoop.
Shout out to the Incline Cider Company for their hazy Honeycrisp. Shout out to Carlos for being awake at 11:08.
That's impressive.
And shout out to Cam Rich, because I'm keeping him. The more people I shout out, the longer he has to be awake. So
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
shout out to Dewar for winning a race earlier this week. Not shout out to the yellow flag at New Hampshire. The opposite of that.
Mhm.
Who else do I want to shout out? I think it's probably it.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to 5-year-olds. They're
What?
hilarious. They're
5-year-olds?
funny. Yep, they're the best.
Like all of them, are just some
98%
could be
of them.
some could be brats.
Some of them are little monsters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean they're 5s. Like what? I mean, it's just.
Yeah, that's true. It could be funny that they're being brats too, I guess.
It depends on the mood you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell Cam I told him he was washed.
All right.
Well, isn't that what Carlos said too? Wow, what's this weird?
Yeah, what is this stigma around Cam being washed? It's the second time we've heard it tonight. I mean,
Cam's
he
not
won as many
washed.
races.
He won both races tonight. Obviously, it'd be like, I'm just kidding, but.
Oh, I know. I think we're still going to tell him he's washed.
That's fine.
Courtesy of you.
Tell him I love him too.
Okay. Okay, that'll make him feel better. Okay. Thank you very much, Tate, for the entertainment tonight. Good racing tonight. We'll hope to see you back up here and share a drink with you next week.
Sounds good. Deuces. Packers suck.
And apparently so do the Patriots. You know, Seth Rels is a big Patriots fan.
Yeah, they're losing 24-10 right now, and I can't even argue with Tate about the Packers sucking. So it is what it is.
Well, they beat my Cowboys, so I don't really.
Whoop whoop.
Those Cowboys kind of put their tail between their legs every time they see Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, if the Packers win just one more game versus Minnesota, I'm good. I'm good with it. Get a Kai draft pick, beat those two teams.
Well, Cameron Rich has a couple wins. He's
he's got a couple wins. Yeah, he's got a couple wins under his belt. We'll bring him up here, and without further ado, it's the man with the broom. It's the old washed-up Cameron Rich. And I don't know if you know this, Cameron, but Tate loves you.
Yeah, he just told me, and I would say to him, "Can you be washed if you were never good to begin with?"
Ooh, to be fair, that's true. But so you lucked your way into these wins tonight. You worked your way up somehow.
Like an absolute hacked his way into it, like a hack.
Hacked
yeah,
your
we were
way
at Daytona, right? This was like a super speedway.
Yep.
I mean, everybody was pushing each other.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
Some way.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of big ones, some flips that we've seen at Daytona. So it's very similar to what we've seen out here tonight. But you talked after your first win, you weren't going to be that aggressive, and maybe you weren't. Maybe just things kind of unfolded in your favor. But it seemed like you went from that 9th starting spot, and you were like in 2nd in no time flat. And I think from there it was pretty much game over at that point, and kind of was able to pull that same strategy. I think you were, again, one of only 2 cars that didn't pit, and you were the better man for it. Man, yeah, what a hell of a night for a washed up sim racer, huh?
Yeah, forgive me. I've never had 2 interviews in the same night, I don't think. So what do I do with my hands?
Right. Do you like eggnog?
I've had it once. It was like ice cream with alcohol, which I approve. It's pretty good. Like melted ice cream with alcohol when you eat ice cream and you got the little melted stuff at the bottom of the cup. It's like that.
Yeah,
like hard. But that was fun race. I mean, I really wasn't trying to go to the front in the beginning, but there was like 3 wide, and then people hit each other, and then there was wrecks, and then I was in 2nd, and I was like, wow, okay. I guess that's how short tracks play out usually. And I've learned over the years, doing iRacing quite a bit, these leagues and stuff, especially without these restart zones, you are so much more advantageous staying out on old tires and keeping the lead and controlling the race than you are like just changing it and going to the back. So I kind of just hedged my bet on not pitting both races because, I know how these races go. And I guess it could have gone caution free both times and I would have looked like a complete idiot, but I'm glad it kind of did. It went the way it did.
Yeah, it even seemed like guys kind of got on your bumper when they did have the fresher tires, but it seemed like even with that long run pace too, that even with the tire differences, not saying we got a real long run, but after a couple laps, you were able to either maintain that lead or pull back away just a little bit. Again, it seems like you had this combo, a kind of a unique combo here with USA International and those Xfinity cars. You had that kind of dialed in the most out of anyone here tonight.
I'm a short tracker at heart, so you know how you run short tracks. You got one set of tires, and you got to make them last as long as you can. So being out in front certainly helped, just kind of controlling that pace. But um, I knew especially with the restarts that if I could just control it and go when I want to get that lead and kind of just drive precisely, not make mistakes, that it probably would have. It was going to be at least the top two. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, and it certainly did pay off, indeed. But are we expected to see you next week at Homestead?
I don't know. I guess if somebody wants me in their car, I would do it. I really just wanted to. After I started doing some OSCA races this season, I really just wanted to get like a win because I thought it was a really cool league to run in. So I'm glad to actually finally do that and get Johnny, 2 wins for his team, back to back, which is always pretty cool. So maybe, I guess that's up to anybody watching or anybody who had his car. I certainly wouldn't say no. I don't think I have anything planned next week. Uh, Been a fun time running. I'm glad that I didn't cause any controversy this time, like I did last week or 2 weeks ago. That's always a plus. But yeah, definitely a good time here.
Yeah, definitely fun having you. Been certainly a pleasure to watch, and especially the way you can. We kind of seen it similar to what you did a couple weeks ago at the Roval. You were able to drive in. It seemed like pretty deeper than a lot of guys that were racing around you, but also you didn't sacrifice a whole lot on corner exit as well, and able to even, like you said, make those tires last from start to finish. So a lot going on. And again, great job for a washed up driver. But with that, we hopefully will see you at Homestead next week, and maybe we get to talk to you again at that point too. But any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Johnny for hitting me up and John for giving me the car because he messaged me and he's like, "Here, run this car." So it looked really good. It said Super Sub McGee on it, which I thought was awesome. So I I hope I was the Super Sub McGee. Um, I want to thank you guys at 3Y TV as always. Always a good time to watch the broadcasts and just tune into all the other series you got going on. And lastly, I want to thank my wife for being my biggest fan. I believe she was in the chat tonight too.
Hey! Congratulations on getting married.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened. Actually, we got married on October 31st, so Halloween wedding, because we're two weirdos and do weirdo things.
Did you guys dress up?
Kind of, sort of. We had like Halloween themed like wedding dresses and
Yeah, they dressed up as a broom, as a broom, yeah, a broom and a bride.
Oh, it's like a broom. Whoa, man, this is starting off on the wrong foot here.
Different strokes for different folks, right?
That's right. That's right. But anyway, yeah, congratulations on that. Hopefully, we'll see you right back here next week at Homestead and putting a pretty good cap to the 2022 B season here for the Sportsman series.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anybody has any rides for open next season for like a full-time ride, anybody wants a driver, I'm washed, but I'll do something. I'll start the car at least.
Yeah, there you go.
Mentorship role.
You know we're using the 2021 Gen 6 car next season, right?
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Oh damn. Well, that's a bummer. A little bit, at least on the intermediates.
Ask him about
There's not very
eggnog.
many of those.
Oh yeah, Cameron, would you chug eggnog? Do we ask him that or no?
Would I chug eggnog? I'd chug any alcohol if you gave it to me and it was free.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't care. I'm not picky.
Yeah. What would be the craziest thing you chug? Just anything? Anything given to you if you want? Even a sim race? Were you chugging anything?
Well, I have chugged a pretty large amount of vodka once that resulted in me blacking out and hitting on a closet door thinking it was a person. So
Hey.
I don't do that anymore. Or that was kind of like when I was younger and dumber. At least younger, you know. I don't think
Yeah.
I really got much smarter.
Ditto.
Hey kids, don't do what I did.
Oh, they probably will anyway. Well, all right, with that,
I just wait. I just have a question. Did you at least make the closet door blush when you hit on it?
I can't remember. I don't remember any part of that night. So I
it was
sure as
probably
hell hope so.
it was probably a little redder tone, whatever color it was probably turned a little more red. Yeah.
For all I know, that closet door is my wife now. So I'll go talk to her after this and see what happens.
Yeah, your marriage with your wife just a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago, probably doesn't mean anything because you're legally married to a closet door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it has come crumbling down due to a 3YTV broadcast. Thanks.
Yep. You've heard it first here on 3YTV. All right. Well, congratulations again, Cam. Maybe go talk to one of your wives, the door, your real one. But hopefully we'll see you again here next week.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, me too. So with that, we had some wild interviews here tonight with Eggnog Talk and Closet Doors as well. But Matthew, next week going into Homestead, I think we're going to have a lot of fun talking about how intriguing this battle. It sounds like it's going to be a 4-horse race for that championship going into Homestead.
Yeah, and regardless of how it works out for Cooper and Kian, and Delicato and Leininger are going to be in a dead heat when it comes to points. I don't think it's going to be. I mean, I don't think that it's going to be as much about points next week. It's between those two. It'll definitely be a matter of who finishes better because of how close it's going to be. It's not. It won't be as big on clinching scenarios. Of course, when we get to the second half, we'll know then who needs to finish where to wrap it all up. But going into next week, it's almost ground zero for both drivers. And there's no better way to wrap up a season than in Miami, if you ask me, and with the top two in the championship completely all tied up.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch for sure. And again, you can tune into that next week for the season finale here of the 2022 Sportsman OSCA Sportsman Series right here on 3YTV. Anyway, I forgot where I was at there. Lost momentum. Getting tired. Carlos must be getting tired as well. So we're about ready to wrap this up.
The time to stop yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't come out yet. Maybe he's chugging eggnog right now. Yeah, he might be asleep behind the wheel there. But with that, I'd like to thank Carlos as always for doing all the graphics and camera work here, and thank Matthew and Vic for joining us up here in the booth and Vic running the show. But until then, I'm Mike. Thank you all for tuning in. See y'all next week at Homestead. Until then, good night now.